to Masters of the Metaverse here on Zombie Orpheus Entertainment's very own Twitch channel. My name is Chris Odie. It is not 2017. For some reason, they're letting me run the show tonight. I apologize. It's going to be fun. I'm not apologizing for the fun. Welcome. We have a great cast, and you're going to meet them in just a moment. We're very excited for tonight. I just learned that this chair squeaks. Yeah. So I'm going to have to be less wiggly. That's going to be a thing. You know what?
There we all
I mentioned the cast. Here they all are. Why don't you take a moment to introduce yourselves to everyone?
Oh, wait, we get to...
Yeah, I think you should.
That's
and looking at the screen.
Yeah, it's a season premiere. We get to...
Looking at the screen, I see that we should probably start over here with you, Jess. So why don't we go around this way to make it make sense on their screens.
Wait, which way?
You'll be second.
Okay.
Your name, your character, and if there's something exciting going on you'd like to share with the group, whether it's a personal plug or a high or low or whatever's going good.
For sure. Hi, I'm Jess, and I'm going to be playing Maddox, and I am just happy to be back.
Dang.
It's been too long of a break. Let's play.
Yeah. My name is Christian Doyle. I play Crash Jackson, and I'm excited because I saw my character sheet and I'm worried.
Hi, I'm Luke Amundsen. I play Wyatt Maxwell, and an audiobook I've been working on for quite some time just dropped a couple of weeks ago.
Woo!
It is available on Audible.
What's it called?
Airship Dateless 2, Assassins of the Lost Kingdom.
I like it.
Nice.
Is it spelled the way it sounds?
In the first
It is
one, did
spelled
they
like
steal the
Greek.
Constitution?
Sadly, no. But other good stuff happens. I voiced 3 different Germans having a conversation. So I mean, that's worth the price.
That's
of
the
admission.
yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Was it a layered
That's worth every Audible credit.
one, or did you just talk to yourself
No,
in
I
real time?
just talked to
That
myself
makes
in
me
real
so
time.
happy.
Yeah.
If I wasn't sold before, I totally am now.
You should have requested a different session for each character.
I
mean, it would have made that conversation, like the timing of it, really weird. but-
Really, really weird.
We also have a future hack attack right
Oh.
there.
Whoa,
Yes,
hey there.
Actually, that's good.
So
hi.
what the heck is a hack attack,
Well,
then, man?
I want
I'm
her
gonna
to
introduce
first, and then
myself
and we
first.
will.
Oh,
Yeah.
who are you?
I'm Maggie Doyle, and I play Rosie Harbin. And I don't have anything to promote necessarily. However, it was really awesome to see some of you guys at Gen Con.
Yes,
absolutely it
Especially
was.
Hellcat, who is adorable. Oh my god, adorable. And would do like live drawings during panels. It was
Margaret.
amazing.
Oh, really?
All of our fans are adorable.
I know,
are.
I know, but I was taken. Also, I wrote their names down because they made us just for you pins, which are actually in my purse. I should grab
They're
them.
so good.
And they were the ones who did the Chibi Chan ear necklace.
And the Chibi Chan purse.
And the Chibi Chan
Oh,
purse.
wow.
Jason, Lori, Joseph, Jake, and Christina. I'm not going to do last names, but thank you. I know they watch, but they don't get in chat very often.
Well, and
but
I
I
see
wanted to
some
give
of
a
our
shout
GMs
out.
I see in there as well. I see
Yeah,
Miss Priscilla.
and there's Dead Aussie Gamer. We
Dead
met
Aussie
him.
Gamer was there.
Yeah.
It's good to see them. Actual Dracus was there as well.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
Also adorable.
Also adorable.
It's true.
Like I said, all of our fans are adorable.
They are. They are.
Totes.
Well, folks, if you haven't seen this show before, you are in for a treat. And if you have, still in for a treat.
Also
Sure,
a
why not?
treat, yes.
So Masters of the Metaverse is a RPG that we have built over the years, more or less. Originally built using the Tri-Stat system. At this point,
It still has 3 stats.
it's the Tri-Chat system, and we're excited.
Tri-Chat
It's
system.
Tri-Chat.
Oh,
right?
try chat.
It's my first dad joke. Boom!
Not
Back
like
in the
ever
saddle.
though. We get them all the time.
That's true. So that is what we're going to be doing tonight. The show is all about everything. It's a mash of sci-fi, fantasy, hopping back and forth in realities, except tonight is not, because tonight everyone's in jail for all the work they've been doing.
Yay! 4 seasons of crime.
They're technically prison, I should say, not jail. It's different, but
Hey,
that's
James is in chat.
Oh,
wonderful. I so look forward
Look
to being
what we're
reviewed
about to
after
do
the
to
end
your
of this.
show, dude.
That's true.
You're stuck in Olympia.
I'm so amused right now. So that's the show in a nutshell. There is a wiki that you can check out, which someone will probably peg in chat in just a moment. That can give you some background information. People in chat are also willing to answer questions and keep you abreast of what's going on, get you all up to speed, all that fun stuff. I didn't giggle when I said it. Did you catch that?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
growing
really
up.
super proud.
Thank you.
Like,
I heard it.
really coming up.
Yeah. So that's a nutshell of the show. We there we go. What's going on?
Park.
Help build chaos. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you very much for that,
Thank
chat.
you. Also, thank you to our mods.
Yes, thank you to our mods, to Alienator, to Paximo. I feel like we might have more mods at this point or soon, but I don't know. If we do, I'll find out eventually.
Well, they're still the top 2 mods. They're like King and Queen mod.
King and Queen of the mods. So thank you for all of
Make
that.
it
Thank you to
trust.
Mark over on the tech deck coming in last minute to save our bacon tonight so we can do the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love bacon.
Leo, please get well if you see this, and if you don't, still get well. So yeah.
Although you really should be watching.
That's true. So this show is, as you just noticed with that little tip there, interactive. You have the ability to go into the store and mess with us. There are several things that you can purchase to make life easier or harder for us, depending on your whim and your budget. You can also work together to see how that's going to pull off. So just talk to chat. You'll see what's in there.
Don't tell them to work together because they're going to.
I love it when they do that.
I know you do, but
And
it's
I only have to put
usually-
up with this a few times, and it's James's problem again.
and then mine again.
I might have noticed that, my friend. So some things to let you know about tonight after the beep beep.
Hashtag hack attack too long. Will whisper, I hate character limits.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much, Chat. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
We accept your hack attack and physics be damned.
Yes.
I originally heard that as I hate carrot limits.
Oh.
For a split second. I was
No,
like,
nobody likes to be limited in their carrot intake.
beta carotine's important.
Or if they're like
Sparkly
gold
are
buttons.
digestive.
There you go.
I might add.
So we are back from Gen Con. If you didn't know, we're Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, who is the company that makes all of this happen with your help, of course, you wonderful folk. And Zombie Orpheus, you can check us out on the web, on Twitch, which you should know because you're watching it now,
Right.
on Twitter, on Facebook, on Discord, in theory on Instagram, but we are millennial deficient, so we don't have a lot happening on Instagram. On YouTube, on Amazon Prime,
Challenge
and
accepted.
I was gonna say,
On-
should we fix that?
Let's do that.
anyone who's hardcore on Instagram, I would happily
Let's
help
get
turn the
let's
keys
get
over.
down on the gram.
Okay, that's
I am going to do the thing. Be amused. Be very amused.
oh, Brad.
Or
thank
don't,
you.
but we will be amused for you. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank
We
you
love
very
you,
much.
Brad the Turkey.
Thank you.
So let's see. We did that. We did that.
Favorite hack attack.
Oh, I shouldn't erase it because then I can't say it next week. Oh well, that's the thing. And at Gen Con last week, several of us performed in some great shows that you can check out in the video on demand, which someone else will probably drop a link about. And I don't have to tell you what the link is because that's where we have wonderful people like the mods. So thank you, everyone, for all of your support.
I pee fire. You should.
The show. That was
Oh,
Yeah.
during the show.
Yeah, during the show,
Right,
yeah.
yeah. No, I was
Yeah,
like,
that-
oh, is that what all that screaming from the bathroom
No,
was?
she wasn't sharing secrets right there. You know what? We should do, since we mentioned Patreon, we have wonderful Patreon backers who help make all of this possible, including the studio in which we are in right now, this beautiful studio in the heart of sunny Tacoma. And I actually love Tacoma, so I don't know why I love
It is
right
quite
now.
sunny today too, so.
But I want to thank 3 Patreon backers in particular, and then I want to hand out the results of the Patreon poll, and then we're going to get this puppy going. What did I say?
No.
Oh, good. Usually it's me. I want to thank Brent Phillips. I want to thank Corey Moore,
Woo!
who we just hung out with last
Moore.
week. I want to thank James Herbert,
Yeah,
who also
yeah.
saw.
James, Corey,
And
Brett.
even though this wasn't in the Patreon thing, I would like to thank Greldon, who is at work right now in Australia, but also happened to have assisted us. You don't know this, but he just purchased new flooring for us for our next convention.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's
So-
lovely.
Oh my
Yeah, we
god.
We need that.
Thank
That's
you.
good stuff.
Instead
Thanks,
of
bud.
this, I realize we've had that stuff for
Almost there.
10
Just a
conventions.
little more. And then the thing. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, the flooring had gotten from being like this thick down to about here. And
Yeah.
so we pitched it at the end of Gen Con, partially because Greldon was at the booth talking with us and offered to set us up. And then today
That's
he and I just
amazing.
talked and we've got it all set up. And so new thicker flooring is
Thank
on the
you,
way.
everyone.
We're gonna be
ridiculously
so
cool.
happy next
Oh, yeah,
year.
that'd be cool. So
I
thank
like
you all that.
comfortable feet when I'm signing babies.
Girl, your floor's thick.
Christian did sign his first baby this
He
year.
did. Well,
THICC.
He did. So I've got some buffs to pass around to the team from the voting that happened by the Patreon backers.
oh boy.
So here are the buffs or the bonuses.
La bouffe.
Christian, at some point this evening, you get to drop a +4 in the middle of an encounter.
I'll do
or
it.
just for the hell of it.
Thank you, my
You
man.
also have 30 extra hit points.
Oh, goodness.
Maggie,
Mr. Hit
you
Point
get a
guy.
+1 and a +10.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You
yeah,
got
no,
the
I'm
rollover.
watching you. I see. Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
should. You got 11 total. You should be really happy.
You got a,
I've never. No,
you got a
and
plus, you got a
and
plus
10.
10 to a roll,
I said
and
a plus 1
to
and a
a
plus
roll.
10.
Oh my god, I thought it was +1 and 10
I
hit
did that for you,
points.
that reaction.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I love the power.
I'm
You also
the
get
worst
20
person
hit points. It was so worth it. It went better than I expected.
Oh, yeah.
My night's complete, whatever happens from
I'm
here
so
on.
sorry. I'm turning pink.
I love it.
No, when you're saying
No, you are
I see you to thank you.
Yeah,
because
see?
you are so
You missed the
kind.
chat. Let's be
That's
honest.
what. That's all that meant. That's all that meant.
So yes, a plus 1 and a plus 10. I could have said a plus 10 and a plus 1, but it's funnier when this happens.
Yeah, it is.
And 20 extra hit points. And then Jess and Luke, you both have a plus 4 and 20 extra hit points to roll with. I have a plus 6 and 40 extra hit points.
Good gosh, guy.
And
Thank
now we've
you.
done all of the stuff.
Thank you.
Mr. Mark, if you would throw us into the recap that Paxpo has helped put us together so we can let everyone know what's going on and then get this show on the road.
A group of strangers was brought together through blackmail, lies, and advertising campaigns. They became metapilots, people capable of traveling to strange new places called metaverses and inhabiting the remarkable people known as avatars who lived within. At first, it was just a game, but it soon became a struggle for all reality. Betrayed by an entity that they once trusted, the one known as Tom, these metapilots slayed a would-be immortal, healed a broken world, and saved the entirety of the metaverse. But now, they must answer for their deeds. The metaverse sends you where you need to be. But where are they?
Masters of the metaverse.
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the metaverse.
Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Control them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse.
Episode 1, Fish or Cut Bait. 5 minutes. At most, it's been 5 minutes since the world ended. Your world, at least. 5 minutes since you stood with the other metapilots of, let's just call it Metaverse Prime.
A post-it note pops into existence on Crash's forehead with the words, "You get the ability to alter the metaverse however you want once. We expect great and humorous things from you. Love chat. #hack attack."
Thank you very much, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
Whoa.
Metaverse Prime, in front of the smoking wreckage of your metaverse's Joe's Diner. Joe's, the mysterious 24-hour diner whose existence seems somehow baked into bridging the gaps between realities while serving up quality milkshakes and waffles to metapilots from across dimensions. Now, true, it's unfair to say that the world ended. Technically, you just saved it.
Yeah.
For everyone else. But for you and your fellow metapilots, your success might as well have been failure, the arrival of Rhodes, the dogged, diligent, possibly demented enforcer of metaverse law, and his summary dismissal of you and your party to the prison known as Meta-End.
Ugh.
It doesn't seem like the kind of hero's reward you read about in fairy tales. A snap of his fingers, or actually several of them, and poof, each of you found yourself alone, albeit in very similar circumstances. 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet, cold and sterile. Floors, walls, ceiling made of something akin to gleaming stainless steel, with a single handleless door on the far side from where you now sit, shackled upon a single steel, whatever the heck it is, stool. A trio of small drone-like creatures hover above you, emitting a faint whirring sound that readily melds into the soft background noise coming from some sort of unseen HVAC system. Looking around, you see no signs of life or activity beyond them and yourself. And let's face it, those 5 or so long minutes that you've sat here since materializing seem more than adequate for spotting anything else of note. Welcome to Meta End, where re-entry begins at reception. Please rise for classification and processing. The voice seems to be coming from one of the drones. In a moment, each one of you hears the following. Your name is read aloud in its entirety. So that would be
Clarence Andrew Jackson.
Maddox McFerrin.
Rosie Harbin.
Wyatt Maxwell.
Lifeform, human, native of the planet Earth of the Sol system. Charges. You are charged with high crimes against reality, related to the deliberate splintering of barriers between metaverses, as part of a larger criminal enterprise and/or conspiracy, either as a direct actor in said event, or as an accessory during or after the fact. Evidence. Prosecution exhibits Alpha 1 through Zulu Oscar 3 are currently stored in Central Evidence and are available for review upon request, with the exception of Special Exhibit Tango 23, which is still being cataloged. The defense has submitted no evidence on its own behalf. Then it says again, name. How do you plead?
I spit at it.
Not guilty.
Would you please repeat that?
How do you plead?
With my heart.
Oh.
I want to talk to my lawyer.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Your plea of, and then it says either not guilty, with my heart, or you hear this sound, has been recognized. Thank you for your cooperation with this important matter of metaverse security. Together, we can make your reality a safe reality. And then off in the distance, you hear a random train sound. You'll learn after time that it indicates a shift change of the drones that are flying up above.
Excellent.
You will now be transferred to Meta End General Population for confinement until your case is ready for trial. Current wait time from this point is 37 years. Thank you, and have a nice day. At that point, a drawer slides out from one of the side walls, and one of the drones, you hear a voice say, "Strip for sanitization."
Make me.
Uh-oh. Are we all in the same room?
Nope.
Uh-oh. I immediately strip.
What do you do?
You don't have to ask Crash to take his clothes off twice.
True. This is true. Like,
It's
finally
done.
something that's comfortable for
It
me.
is done.
I'm wearing a jumpsuit,
Not yet. You're just wearing whatever you were wearing when you first arrived.
but I'm shackled to the wall.
You are shackled-ish.
I
yes.
can't reach.
Oh no, it just said, the first thing it just said was a strip for sanitization.
I know I can't reach my clothes. I can't take off
Gotcha.
my clothes
What do you do?
if I'm
Yeah, I mean,
buckled.
you
I'm
can-
gonna be like, I can't.
Yeah, you can take them off
It
for me.
It unlocks that you're able to do this.
Awesome.
It unlocks the shackles. Great. I want to go get closer to the drones to look at them and see how they are, how big they are.
So what was the first action you took?
Oh, make me. You can do it for me. You can strip me. Let's go.
This is your final warning. Strip for sanitization.
Oh, curiosity killed the cat.
I'm gonna flash the drone. I'm just gonna flash him.
Your non-compliance has been recognized. A bolt of electricity, actually not just a bolt of electricity, think of it as kind of like a taser style,
Okay.
launches from one of the drones and hits you square in the forehead.
I assume both of us.
Both of us?
Got you in the arm.
In the arm.
Yep.
Which one?
Odds, left, evens, right.
Shit. Throwing off.
And you and you immediately feel this tremendous burst of electricity through your system that knocks you to your knees.
Yeah.
Strip for sanitization.
I don't consent.
I love Rosie so much. What do you do, Maddox?
The chains are against the wall, but the cuffs went off my wrist.
Correct.
How it's 10 feet.
10 by 10 by 10.
But they're 10 feet above me.
Yeah, they're up near the ceiling.
So maybe like another 5.
Yeah.
4, because I'm huge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off my shoes. That's it. And I'm going really slow.
Your non-compliance has been recognized.
I'm gonna do my post-shower puppy dance.
So there's going to be a second shot, except this one is... Where is it?
Rosie's self-destructive.
A small dart fires out from one of them and pegs you in the... This one gets you in the thigh.
Okay.
Whoa,
Not the first
that's
time.
like this close to the genitals.
Well, it depends on where in the thigh.
I still say
Depends
it's
on
closer
how
to the
big your
genitals
thighs
than the
are, or how
arm.
big your genitals are.
And this one hits you actually in the right shoulder.
But I have a dart.
Yes, this is now
Solid.
This is now a tranquilizer dart that has just fired off and hit into you.
Do I recognize that it is that?
Well, that is low. That is high. You don't because you fall unconscious.
Immediately.
You don't fall unconscious, but you realize that you're on the verge.
Yeah.
The same voice once again says, "Script for sanitization."
Okay, but I'm not gonna give her a fuck.
Once you have done that, and this happens faster for the two of you.
Yeah, post-shower puppy dance.
As soon as you've done this,
I can't take off my clothes. You guys.
Oh, you're out of play right now because you're unconscious.
Great.
You'll be back in the game in a second.
Oh, I'm sure.
The drawer that you put everything in immediately slides into the walls, then slides back out, and in its place of what you had dropped in there is a red jumpsuit.
I have a sweet red jumpsuit now.
You do have a sweet red jumpsuit
I immediately
with a number across the front and the back. White underwear, whatever is appropriate to your preferences.
Oh,
Socks
boxer briefs.
and soft-soled shoes. And then you hear the voice say, "Dress for transfer."
What is my number?
Your number says
69.
I don't understand that.
your number, Crash, is P37947.
P37947.
And for
Wyatt,
myself?
you are P81433. Rosie, as you are also conscious, yours is P30265.
What does that say?
P30265.
If you forget it's written on your pretend jumpsuit.
And when we get around to it eventually, yours, Maddox, will be P13700.
13700.
Is
Correct.
it like that? It's posted.
It's just a random post-it. Carte blanche.
The hack attack.
Was that what was just sent to me?
That was the hack attack.
Oh, we'll figure out what to do with this in a second.
That goes on my forehead.
It's a
That's
post-it
where it
note
goes?
appears on his forehead, and he gets to change the metaverse in one way.
I did
They're
not see
expecting
this,
something humorous.
Gotcha.
It was
Well, we're gonna
read
wait
to
until
us.
we're actually in the world of bed before this happens.
Oh yeah. It's there when we need it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it'll happen, but we're 5 minutes in. So for the three of you, then what you see is the lights on the floor appear, almost like kind of like emergency lighting on an airplane kind of situation. And but it's very, very nice. What do I want to say?
Emergency lighting?
Emergency lighting. It starts like guiding you across the 10 feet to the other side of the wall in case you couldn't figure that out.
It's like
the
straight up
doorway.
Ender's Game.
Yeah, exactly. The door doesn't open. It doesn't slide or anything like that. It does one of those kind of nifty, creepy things where it kind of like ripples. You know what I
Gross.
mean?
Yep.
It's simultaneously like cool and also like it's creepy.
It is somehow alive and therefore frightening.
Yeah, like you don't like that kind of thing. It's never actually been good in anything when you see that. But so then it opens up, and you kind of are smart enough to understand that the intention is for you to walk forward through the door.
I'm half asleep.
This is your problem right now.
Walking.
Okay.
Also walking.
Okay.
I assume it looks like drunken stumbling while yelling their
Drunk,
names.
stumbling Rosie. So,
Maddox!
so Friday night Rosie comes walking out of one of the doors.
Maddox crash Wyatt.
The three of you enter into the hallway and you join a procession of others that seem to be walking down the hallway. You notice that each one of the individuals in this line has 3 to 5 of these floating drones, kind of minding them, herding almost in a sense, as you're following these lights down the hallway.
Each person
This
has
is neat.
3?
3 to 5, depending on the person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
You all have 3, but there are a few other alien-looking creatures that have more.
I wouldn't be surprised if I have 4 after the trip.
You might have more after this.
I was gonna say. That's what
Are you guys meta pilots too?
Not anymore.
Not you. Guys in the Lord.
What?
The other guys.
I don't think so.
I
but
think this
maybe.
is the line where they give us a cup and a spork. And I really want my cup. That way I can run it over the bars while I sing Nobody Knows But Jesus.
That is delightful flavor, but
I've been planning this since the first time I broke a law. That was 2 years ago.
So as you are kind of shuffling your way down the hallway, every once in a while another person joins the queue, joins the line as you're moving your way down. Every once in a while a door will slide open and someone will be directed off.
Do we see someone carrying Maddox?
Nope, you see no sign of Maddox anywhere.
What about guards?
You see no sign of guards beyond the hovering of these drone-like creatures.
Can we touch them?
You can try.
I'm gonna poke it.
I'm a poke it.
I love Rosie so much right now.
I'm
as
half
you-
asleep on a train
As
dart.
you reach up towards one of them, a small, it's amazing how much trouble this word has given me over the years. A small barrage
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
of rubber bullet type things comes firing out of the one that you were
I'm
reaching
very
towards.
awake now.
And it just like, it's got like a woodpecker to the side of your head, just like,
Because you don't have a headache already.
Yeah. Don't poke them.
Stop it, or they won't give you your cup.
Where's Maddox?
we haven't seen her.
That's Mac's sister.
Yeah.
Should be
She's not.
technical about it, just breaking everyone with a GM. You're missing a lot of people from
Yeah.
the team. You all disappeared at once.
That's
Where's
right.
Where's Aquamarine? And
Where?
Where is Jenica?
Where?
And where is Thomas?
That's a good
And
question.
That's
Hey.
what I want to know.
Hey,
I really want to know who the
drone.
hell Thomas is.
Hey,
and
drone guy.
And where is Zenda? Because we
Prioritize
should punch
people.
him in the nose.
Hey, drone guy.
I'm in for that.
Where are my friends?
All prisoners are being classified in an appropriate manner. Thank you for your cooperation.
Have we been classified yet?
I don't know. What am I?
You are a meat popsicle.
It
It
knows
doesn't
movies.
say that, but I really just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
It knows movies. All right. Well, I will go down the line expecting my cup.
Okay. You continue
Yeah, I
to
guess
run.
there's nothing else to
I will
do.
not poke any of
Yeah.
the clearly guard drones
As
that are.
you're going down after a bit, you pass a hallway that no one's been veered off down. But you hear down at the far end of that hallway a commotion going on. And just to make life easier for me, I'm going to make the order from my left to right. So you're in the front, in the middle, at the end of the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also lined, at this point, the three of you are together. There's no one any more interspersed between you as people have been coming and going. It's just down to the three of you at this point.
Okay.
As you're walking by this hallway, it looks kind of good on camera. It's almost like I've done that before. And you hear this commotion off to your right down the hallway. What do you do?
A commotion?
Yep. Sounds like some scuffling, some yelling.
Oh. I keep walking.
That's a good idea.
I have no. Like I look over at my two friends and be like,
From down the hallway, you hear
I'd
just
swear
this
you had already served.
blood-curdling
You've got this
scream
down.
you hear this blood-curdling scream, and this voice just goes, "Not the box! Not the box! I'll be good! I swear! I'm cut off! I'll be good! Not the box! Not the box! Not the..." And then you see flashes of light from down there as obviously someone is getting the hell shocked out of them.
Guys, Captain Hook is down the hallway.
They're going to the boo box.
Yeah.
With Glenn Close.
The box is never a good thing. Ever.
Maybe we should save
Is
him.
that like the hole? I bet that's like, here's the hole.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't we help him? We're heroes.
No, we're prisoners.
We're heroes.
We're criminals.
We're heroes.
No, we're criminals.
Continue walking
Heroes.
along.
Criminals.
Heroes!
Criminals.
I'm a hero, and you are a hero, and you are a hero, and everyone else is a hero.
You are a cowboy that broke the world.
I'm a hero who saved the world.
You
So,
heard the computer.
After a while, you get to a spot where another door, you are approaching a door, and the three of you are basically set up to the front of it. And one of the drones says, "Welcome to General Population, B Unit, Tier 4, Cells 2 and 3. The door does the same thing where it peels open. And as the door peels open, you hear from inside it, if you wanted that, it was B Unit, Tier 4, Cells 2 and 3. The door peels open, and you hear this voice inside say, "Z got what he had coming to him. Nobody gets out of here without management's permission, period. You can rot in the box as far as I'm concerned."
The box is bad.
And you look in and you see a group of 4 people sitting on stools around a table, all built into the ground. None of it can move. The speaker is a snaggletooth man with an eye patch and a cybernetic left arm. He looks up from the dice game that he's playing with these other 3 figures. Everyone's wearing the same red jumpsuits as you, the numbers, different combos of letters and digits. And he looks up at you and he frowns. He just goes, "Fresh fish? Wonderful. Just what we didn't need around here." Then he rolls the dice and he goes, "Ha! Yahtzee!" He picks up a toothpaste-like tube from the table and begins to slurp it. And then one of his table mates, a woman with long dark hair and large all-black eyes, sizes you all up and says, "Best to come inside. Only a matter of time before the drones get bored. Nobody needs that this early in the morning."
Okay.
Telling me.
And then we do a wipe, and we fast forward several months.
Oh no.
And Maddox is awake by now and with the group.
Yay.
Hooray, we did a wipe.
Maddox, if I forgot to tell you, but I think I told you, you are P1370.
Yes.
You find yourself, at this point, adjusting to life in your new home. You are in B Unit, Tier 4.
We just call it Bunit.
There are 12 units overall, you've learned that much. 8 tiers per unit and 4 cells per tier.
12 units.
Yep.
Let's say that all again.
Well, that's actually a lie. There are 12 units that matter to you. There are
Okay.
also units that you can't get into because you don't breathe there.
Right, okay, so there's 12 units.
12 units that are in
8 tiers
an
per
atmosphere
unit.
that would not kill you instantly.
8 tiers per unit and 4 cells per tier?
Correct. And 2 inmates per cell.
Who am I in a cell with?
That is up to the 4 of you to figure out how you would want to do that.
We should go boy-girl. Boy cell, girl cell.
Okay. Sure.
Makes as much sense to me as anything.
Oh, right, Rosie has an accent, I forgot.
Have we found out if anybody else from our group is in any of these other
You found out a lot of things. You know that the units are arranged by length of day on one's native planet. So the A unit has a light period that corresponds to about a 6-hour day. And the H unit has a light period that corresponds to about a 60-day day. So there's some serious variation going on there.
A 60-day day.
Yep. Each one of the tiers is pretty much the same. There are the 4 cells around it, and then this one central room that has a table and chairs. Also a food dispenser, these wonderful tubes of paste, and also a medicine dispenser, a different tube of paste. There is a shared bathroom for the 8 people.
For the pooping?
Yes. There's a shared bathroom for the 8 people on this unit for bathing and hygienic needs, as it were. There is a small heating and cooling unit that can be used for heating or cooling your paste. really good. Each one of the units that these, so cells,
Every time you say unit, it gets dirtier and dirtier. So
cells,
weird.
tiers, units,
Yes.
Cells, tiers, units.
building up. Okay.
Yes.
Each one of these units has a large common space, a large yard. That's basically like a yard / gym, as it
Okay.
were. It's not outdoors though, despite the name, but it's a large place for people to gather. And it unlocks a couple of times a day. It's optional to go there when it is unlocked. And this large open space is basically probably about 2/3 just open space. And then the other third is larger tables where maybe 8 people could sit at a time.
Nice.
You follow me so far?
Yes.
I think so.
For the most part, for you, you've been staying tight to your tier. You've been staying in your area.
Yeah.
It's not something necessarily that you wanted to go and explore too much. You have heard from your other tier mates that there are some of your compatriots may be locked up elsewhere in the facility, but you're not sure where.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in this place, several hundred, and it's hard. Information is passed. There are definitely people you can talk to who have more of it, but common sense has kind of told you that maybe the first thing you need to do, especially with 4 of you together, is to kind of get your bearings a little bit, especially since one of you has done time before.
That's why I want him for my roommate. And I'm going to learn all about butt smuggling.
So,
As
is
a
it-
theoretical exercise.
is it
I don't wanna
safe to
do
say
it.
that everyone else in the B unit or tier 4 is human, or just need the same components that humans do?
That would be
Got it.
correct.
So how
Your-
many?
Your other 4, I should tell you about your other 4 tier mates.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So the first person who was speaking to you, Boyd,
Is Boyd the snaggletooth guy with the eye patch?
is the snaggletooth guy with the eye patch.
Boyd.
If you were to ask him, he would tell you that he's humanish. That's
he's,
exactly how he would put it.
he's a cyborg.
And do you ever ask any of these people about their charges?
Are you
yeah.
kidding? I'm going to
Oh, yeah.
ask everybody everything
Oh, yeah.
about everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They wouldn't necessarily have opened up to you about this right off the bat,
No.
and especially because you asked so soon, it probably threw them off a bit. At the same time, once they established that you are Crash and kind of get a sense of who you are, and you're, I mean this in a good way, harmless.
They'll warm
Do
up.
they know us? Like, do they know our names when
No.
we meet them?
No, they have no
So
idea
we're
who you are.
nobodies to them.
No, not at all.
Got it.
But Boyd has been charged with smuggling tech between realities.
Tech?
Yeah, various types of tech.
Oh,
And,
like Zenda did.
and he's been here for about 10 years. His partner in crime literally is Wiley. That's the woman who spoke second. And if you want their numbers, I came up with numbers for them. You don't have to.
Wiley?
Boyd is G74269. Wiley is C15450. Her eyes are completely black. There's no
Right.
to them at all. She would also self-describe as human-ish. And she's also there on charges of smuggling tech and been there for a little over 10 years.
What was her prisoner number? What letter did it start with?
C.
And what about Boyd's?
G.
All of ours were P.
Correct. C15450. She's been here for about 10 years also, because they came in together. They're actually cellmates. Brooks, F06515, is ostensibly male, mute. He's a humanoid with some gill-like slits. You realize after a while that he can actually turn himself semi-transparent. Not completely transparent, not invisible, but more or less transparent. And he also likes to take very long showers. So you have learned that you want to get in there before he does.
Because he uses all the hot water.
Does. He is actually, it takes a while to figure this one out, but you
I
find out
think they
that...
have doors that can fold in on themselves, but water still won't stay hot.
Budgets, you know? Budgets are a funny thing.
Fish people are the worst.
He has been there for about a year, and he actually is charged with homicide.
Oh.
For a contract killing resulting in the destabilization of a solar system.
And what's his name?
Brooks.
Oh, Brooks is a hitman.
And then Pelage, P12152.
Pelage, is that like pillage?
Nope.
Okay.
Pelage.
I thought it was like another barrage situation.
Gotcha. Ha ha. Pelage B12152 is. No one really knows what language she speaks. Her English is very minimal or common, whatever you want to call it. She just physically can't speak it because she is almost like an octopus. Like she has
cephalopod.
Yeah, she's very cephalopodian, except that she doesn't seem to need to be underwater. She has 10 tentacle limbs that are out there doing their tentacle-y thing. She can cling to the walls and sometimes to the ceiling if she gets bored. And she was charged with altering timelines for personal gain. It was actually some election rigging in her native reality over a period of centuries. And they think that she's been here for several decades, but it's hard to tell because again, she seems nice enough, but it's really hard to communicate with her because of the lack of anything resembling.
I don't think I talk to her a lot.
It's probably
she is a creepy hentai monster waiting to happen, and yeah, not my thing.
And besides, she went full Hal Jordan. Never go full.
Hal Jordan.
Yeah. So
Coast City didn't deserve
I like
that.
her. She can climb on walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They seem nice enough, and they've oriented you a bit to the way things work. The meta end is relatively. You've definitely seen too much hentai. The thing is, I actually don't like or care about it, so I don't know anything about it. Like, I know it as a joke, like the tentacle board joke, but...
A new item in the store, #MetaSurgeX2. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Chad. Thanks, Gabe.
Metasurge.
What's that?
Those are the ones that...
Metasurge is a new thing you can find in the store. It allows you to do a plus or minus 2 to a single roll. You can use it to your own advantage to give yourself a 2-point bonus, or you can give a 2-point penalty to an opponent.
Good, we can screw Chris over. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, you're my opponent.
I'd like to think of this as a joint storytelling exercise.
All the rest of us do. That's Maggie's still trying to win.
She's been gaming with James for a while now. I mean, that's fair.
No, with James you can't win.
What did you do to her?
You're not allowed.
That's true.
Oh man.
I would like to point out that I have.
I'm sorry, I'm just remembering. I can't speak right now. I'm remembering that episode of DFA where I came in to guest GM after not doing it for a very long time, and the cast was so paranoid, and it was because they had been under Tyler's thumb for so long, and he was always trying to kill everyone unless he was someone. Never mind. There's no place safe to go with the sentence.
Nope, there
so,
isn't.
You were gonna say something.
I was gonna say. I assume we get a ration of food per day.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Just one?
No.
But it's a paste, right?
It is a paste.
3?
But this is the great thing about the paste. What has happened over the years with Meta-End, over the centuries, over the millennia? No one knows how long Meta-End has been here. What has happened with Meta-End is that this conglomeration of different people and different aliens and different skills, they have figured out that they can use the paste to create other things.
Like
what?
Well, they have turned it, I mean, you can't turn it into like a steak, but you can make it steak-esque, so to speak. Give it a little bit more flavor-ish if you get the right enzymes from one of the other inmates. Some of these creatures are capable of producing things that are quite flavorful.
Oh yeah, we can get some of their secretions to put on
It's
our
true.
tube of
I was
paste.
gonna say octopus.
There is
I'm
an
a fan.
entire black market around this.
Ah.
People have figured out how to use the paste for all sorts of stuff. Where is it? They have figured out how to use it to create things like dice that they were using earlier. They've hardened it into those dice that were being used. Writing implements, improvised weapons. That might show up later. Cards,
Meta-paste is boring.
books, clothes, slightly better tasting food. Between the paste and the medicine, they are able to do several things with it.
What is its consistency straight out of the tube?
It's like toothpaste.
Straight up like toothpaste.
Yep.
So it's not really gooey. It's kind of
Nope.
solid
It's
a
like a
little
soft
bit, but
solid.
it is like a
If you just squirted it here, it would
And is the
sit there and hold
tube
its
much
shape for
like
a while.
toothpaste where it's plastic with the cap and
The tube, what you do with the tubes typically is you throw them back into a little thing next to the dispenser, and then they ostensibly get recycled. But what people have also figured out is that they can repurpose those tubes for other things,
I was gonna
like
say.
improvised weapons.
I'm gonna start keeping my tubes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I only eat a half ration until I've made a small bunny out of paste
I like it.
that I keep with me.
I like it. You could fire it up and like turn it into a clay sculpture if you want
Yeah,
to.
it is.
That's
Right.
funny. I was thinking freezing because firing paste would.
And whatever works. I'm sure
Whatever
the bunny's
works.
gone through, but this
What
I
does
have
work?
this tiny bunny.
Are there jobs?
There aren't. This place is boring. The way it works is that the only there are rumors that once upon a time there were jobs. I mean, there are crazy rumors that once upon a time there were actually non-hover drone, non-secure drone security forces. But clearly that's not the case because when you look around, I mean, this place is optimized for you all, and there's just, the drones come and go through these little tiny slit passages. There's no way you could go into those things.
So when we're in the common area, we're still not hovered by drones.
Wanted to get my Pookie something. Here's $20 toward a hashtag cool rule.
Thank you, Sarah.
Also, Pookie, I punted on dinner and got pizza.
I am not at all shocked to hear that you got pizza. I figured it was either a pizza or a mac and cheese night. I was pretty damn sure of that. Hope class went well, though. I'm sorry they wouldn't let you bring your phone. That sucks.
Seriously, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Are you having a conversation with your wife?
I was.
Okay.
Thanks for listening in. Rude.
Everybody heard.
That was private.
It's private. What's wrong with you?
It's on the internet now.
That exists.
That is one of my
forever.
favorite gifts of you. It's on the internet now. I love that one. Anyway. No, the secure drones do show up, but at this point you've all been, everything has been stripped down to a point to where you're not really a danger to anyone outside. There's no way out of this place. I mean, there's rumors that there's no way out of this place. We can talk about those rumors at some point too.
Xanda did it.
But having said that, it's pretty much just, it's not quite dog eat dog because there's a bit of a hierarchy that's been put in place. There's a rudimentary, not government, but understanding amongst the various inmates as to who's in charge.
Who might that be with us?
Is there gangs to join?
Boggs von Cisneros.
Boggs?
Yep, Boggs von Cisneros.
Is he in our unit?
He is in B42. He's on a different tier than you. But he is
But
in the
he's
unit.
still BMOC in our place, even though he's not in our.
He's got eyes and ears everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in your room or anything like that. But I mean,
Well, I
like,
guess I'm
overall
still
unit
having
is
trouble picturing.
so far away.
He's far. He's not in our common area.
He's not. So think of it as kind of like a dorm.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 cells that go to this one small common room.
Right.
That's where you've been spending most of your time right
And
now.
that's a
That's where these
tier
8
or
of you
unit?
are. That's a tier right there. Those
Tier.
8 right there.
Okay.
And then those tiers combine into a unit.
Right.
So the tier that you are in, he's not in that tier, but he is in the unit.
Do we know which tier he's in?
He's in tier 4.
Yeah.
Oh no. Do we know what unit he's
B.
in?
But
Same
we
as
don't
you.
go into the other tiers, right?
The unit is the big
You
one.
could, but you don't have
Uh-huh.
to.
And then it goes to a tier. Your unit is your cell.
I want to meet all the
Unit
people.
is the cell.
Well, no, unit
Okay.
is like the whole
Oh, 4
building.
cells. Oh, right. Sorry. 8 tiers, 4 cells.
I'm going to use college for some reason as the example. Think of the unit as your dorm,
Right.
as like the residence hall, and then you might be on a wing in it, or in this case a tier, and then you have your room,
Okay.
your cell.
Yeah, I want to go.
Think of it like.
Will you
think of
take
it
me
like
to see
these.
the?
This is-
They're stacked up.
Except
Gen
it's like
Pop?
this.
So this.
Absolutely.
I
This
want
is
to see
like us. Let's
all
say
of
this
Because
them.
you're
is-
in general
This
population
is-
right now.
Right, but
This is a tier.
I'm not gonna go into the
So
big
these are
area.
cells.
Yep,
I'm not
this
going to
is
the
a
big
top.
unit
Yep,
area by
and
myself,
This is a unit,
though.
or this is a tier.
That's a tier.
And then now
These
these
together is a unit.
Correct.
And then, so he's not in our common ground. So where is he?
So
If
Boggs
he has
is
the same tier and unit?
he's in the same unit as you, so the
Uh-huh.
stacking of tiers,
but different tier.
but in a different tier.
He's upstairs.
Okay.
We're here.
He's like
he's
upstairs?
Here.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, look at Mark for the win.
I know. That's right.
Thank you.
It's like we have a
God.
robo camera. But yeah, no, it's a great way to do that, Maggie. Think of and actually this works perfect. I didn't do this on purpose, but think of each one of these sections on the outside
Is a cell.
as a cell.
Okay.
There's your common room in the middle.
Right. And this
That's
whole
and that
thing-
little thing right there is a tier. Stack
tier.
those puppies on top of each other, and you've got the unit.
unit. Okay.
And then there's multiples of these units.
Is it a big unit?
Stop.
Oh, I've been enjoying the amount of time that we discussed.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, the gifts. The gift that keeps on gifting.
So we don't see him. He's like with
You've
a
heard of
place
him?
that-
The
yeah.
others
We've never
the
seen
others
him.
in your tier have told you about him. Boggs is about 7 feet tall, insectoid. His arms have like an extra joint. So picture like joint, and then a 3-fingered hand coming off the end.
So
Sounds
the
like a
Men
lot
in
of
Black,
joints.
sugar water.
Yeah, like it's exactly.
Yes.
Okay, the Men in
I didn't think about that.
Maddox D'Onofrio will be
picture,
it.
picture a praying mantis and a spider monkey.
So totally Men in Black.
Got a
Got it,
prehensile tail, like a teardrop-ish shaped head, tiny black eyes, little slit of a mouth. Most of his thugs are, what do I want to say, human, generally speaking. And his reputation is a fixer, someone who knows how to
Welcome
get
back
things.
everyone. I am so excited to see the next chapter. Also please Lord someone ask Crash where he was when Rhodes found him. Or how he knew about Metaverse laws before being arrested. Hashtag MetaSurge.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But yeah, Boggs knows how to get things. It pretty much anything in this facility that you want that is possible, he knows how to get or has access to. But there's always a price. There's always a catch.
He's the kind of guy you don't want to owe a favor to.
Yes.
We should go owe him a favor.
I was gonna say,
It was with you right up until that.
is there anyone on his bad side that we know of?
So he's been ruling Gen Pop as long as anyone can recall, except he's starting to lose control of the HK and L units. Just to be very confusing, there's no I or J because they're too similar. I went with the Washington DC approach.
So
but
this is BMOC for like the whole
he's
system.
the BMOC for all the Earth-like atmospheres.
Got it. Okay.
He's got nothing going on.
That's 12 units, yo.
Yeah, it's true. But he's got nothing going on in the other units that are, more sulfur or whatever else is going on.
Right.
Because he can't breathe there, it's hard to establish any control. But he's definitely had a very solid control of the Earth-like atmospheres
Roaches can
for a
withstand.
very long time.
So-
however, there are a couple of upstarts who have been encroaching on some of his turf, who live in the H unit, and that is Jimmy and Ollie.
Jimmy and
that
Ollie.
one
It's what they
person?
go by. They're twins, Jimmy and Ollie.
Is it the USO penitentiary?
Get out.
It's Jimmy and Ollie. They
Okay, come back.
they live in H. They seem to have some sort of psychic link between them.
Oh, great.
They actually have a reputation for being fairly relaxed.
That's scarier.
They have bright red hair. They arrived a few years ago.
Are they people?
Yeah.
Do they look like people?
Again, they look like humans.
Okay.
They're gingers, though.
Yeah. Black
Not
of
to
the
be
soul.
trusted.
Nice shot there, Mark. That was perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect right there.
Joke's
Everyone-
on you.
Yeah,
Every one of
it's
these is
a
a
wig,
collected
you
soul.
fool.
Ah!
Just not so.
Maggie doesn't really even have hair.
Suck it!
It was all a cruel charade.
This is Luke's hair. Put on my head.
And there is no Christian Doyle. He's been a puppet I've been controlling all the time.
I'm really just a microphone stand with sunglasses on.
But yeah, so they live in a different unit, but they have been starting to encroach on Boggs' turf and offering similar services, frequently with less, ostensibly with
With a
fewer
lower price.
strings attached.
They're the Walmart of prison.
Yes.
As far as Boggs go, because he seems to be closer and higher as of right now, have we heard of any sort of pattern as to how he wants to be repaid?
It just depends on what he can get out of someone. Sometimes it's just the owing of the favor is what he wants.
Yeah.
When we first entered this cell,
Yeah.
they were talking about Zendai.
No, he didn't.
Yes, they did.
They never used that name.
They said Zendai or Zen something.
They said
it was
Z.
Z. Okay, they
All I said
said
was Z.
Z, and all they said was, "No one's getting out of here without coming back. They said something along those lines. Pretend it was exactly what you said that I just said.
Who are
I
you talking
asked them
to?
about it.
Oh.
Z got what he had coming to him. Nobody gets out of here without management's permission. Period.
Yes.
You can rot in the box, as far as I'm concerned.
I ask about that. Who is Z? Does he look like this? Brilliant description of Zenda.
One of
You
them-
literally waved your hands when you said it.
Wiley actually starts arguing with Boyd when you ask about this, because Wiley's convinced there's no such thing as this Z person. And
Who isn't convinced?
Wiley.
Okay.
The black-eyed woman.
she's like,
Wiley, I wrote right.
he's a rumor, he's a myth, he's a legend. And then as soon as she says that, Pelage, the one who can barely speak any words you can understand, she starts going, Zelda! Zelda!
That's Zenda. It's Zenda. I mean, it's Zenda.
She said Zelda.
Right, she said Zelda, but she can't speak very well, so it's clearly Zenda.
I don't
and
know.
Said Z.
She said Zelda, that's all I'm saying. They're talking about legends. It seems to me they're talking about video games. That's all I know.
And how many people do you know who have escaped from here?
No one's escaped from here. Except for Z, no one has escaped from here.
Is it Zenda escaped from here?
Right.
It's impossible. There's been myths, there's been legends, there's been rumors. No one has ever escaped from here.
I want to
He's here
hear.
now.
I want to hear every rumor. I want to hear every tall tale on how he escaped.
I want to join a gang.
Because in every tall tale, or small but true.
Absolutely.
So I want to hear every single campfire. I'll just make campfire noises.
Oh, there's the Gamish. You want to...
I'm sorry. Do you plan on going somewhere?
Okay, you got a point. You got
Yeah,
attitude, but
right.
you got a point. Oh,
It's
let's
called
see.
pointitude.
I like him.
I like you too, Boyd. Can I have your eye patch?
No,
Okay.
but I could make you one.
Really?
Yeah, out of the paste. Take some time.
Your sweet eye patch is made from paste?
Yeah.
I totally believe you.
No, he's you
I
know,
want one for each eye.
Boyd says. Boyd says, pick your poison. There's all sorts of stories that have been going on. Some people say you just walked out the front door.
Think you could use the hashtag clarity?
Thank you very much,
Thank
Chad.
you.
I think I could.
And as soon as he
Think I
says, some
can.
people say you just walked out the door, Wiley says, which tells you that it's not possible since there is no front door.
There is a front door.
Everyone looks at you like you're an idiot.
It's because I am an idiot.
Yeah, so he tells you about how you know some people say he took down a whole phalanx of those drones, cobbled them together into one giant drone, and then flew it off into space somewhere.
Zenda's not Iron Man.
Some people say that he figured out how to turn his body into a liquid, and he just poured himself into the cracks and crevices, and then reappeared on the outside of Metaverse.
What?
Some people say he just woke up one day, got bored, and was gone.
I'm gonna do that one.
I was gonna say that one sounds good.
Yeah.
But regardless, it doesn't matter.
We should escape.
He's gone. He's not here. Well, I mean, there's rumors that he's here.
Yeah, absolutely. We could karate chop him.
But he's in the box. It's not like anyone...
I am super chill. But we totally should escape.
Everyone
No.
looks at you again like that is the stupidest thing they've ever heard in their life.
How do they turn off the connection to our pilots? I mean, our avatars. Our people.
You what?
You know, the people you go into.
Avatars.
You know how, like, you're you, but
Like
then,
a
like...
movie?
And then, like, sometimes... Not like the movie,
Oh, we
no.
know
So
what
you're
the
telling
movie-
me that
that's
your
good.
weird
They say
world
they
has
know
Avatar the movie?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Everyone's got
Actually-
Avatar the movie.
Oh.
It's exactly like Avatar the movie. You know, when Jake, so he's in the chair, right? But then...
Oh, I never saw it. I just knew it existed.
So he's in a wheelchair, right? And then his brain gets put in the body of a different creature. You ever do that?
Like Jeb.
You've got robot arms.
So you're not a metapilot?
What the hell is a metapilot?
I thought that's what we all were.
Right, me too.
So what kind of place is this?
This is Meta End. It's the place for anyone who's broken Metaverse law.
And how do you break metaverse law if you can't travel between metaverses?
You cross realities, you cross time, like that one over there.
No kidding?
So how are you able to access another realm?
Use a splitter.
What's a splitter?
It's a device, right?
Device to split realities. It's in the name.
Is
Splitter.
it common? Can
That's also
anyone
the
get
name
it?
of a device
Is it-
that cuts logs in twain.
It's true.
So you know what a log is. That's good too.
Yeah.
there
Big,
a
it's
lib-
heavy, it's wood.
Is there a library in Meta End?
It's better than bad.
It's good.
Is there a library in Meta End?
There is. They have made a makeshift library. Some of the inmates over the years have. No, like I say, no one knows how long Meta End has been here.
Is there a book of the Metaverse rules? Or laws, rather?
Oddly enough, that is not something that any of the inmates have ever cared to write down. Although you could go down and find examples of what people have written in, diaries that have been left behind.
Just really hoping there was a law book, you know?
Honestly, that might be worth trying to compile.
When
That's
people
true.
get out, what happens is
Sounds like a Jenica thing.
it's true. Maybe that's where you'll find her.
Hashtag hack attack, I'll finish it. Let's add a prisoner to the pool our pilots can talk to. Prison escapist extraordinaire Cyco Mofield is a new prisoner and is here to aid in the escape.
What? What?
There you go.
That's
Let's add a
awesome.
prisoner to the pool
Thank
our
you.
pilots can talk to.
Who's Michael
Prison escape.
Schofield?
Somebody with a great idea.
Is a new prisoner here to aid in
I
the
like it.
escape.
I like it a
Michael
lot.
Schofield. That's not from Escape, right? That's not the Italian stallion in that movie, right? That's not his name.
Might be. I'm not sure. I mean,
Sylvester Stallone.
someone just flipped the names there, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll work that in. I like that. Mr. Mark Thomas.
Main character from Prison Break.
Mark, if you could do
That
me a
guy.
huge favor while this is going on, if you could figure out what hack attacks have occurred, have been dropped on us, and write it down so I can just see that in some form. Sure. If you want to just even text it to me, that is fine. Or if you and Pax want to do it, or AK, whatever, I don't want to waste a bunch of time trying to figure that out for myself. I want to do the thing. Main character from Prison Break. Good guess on that. Thank you very much.
Maggie's the smartest.
So the way most people get out of here is because, again, you're kind of, it's a weird, by our system, this place is awful. I mean,
Right.
obviously. But the way this typically works is that in many ways this is not, even though they call it a prison, in many ways it's more of the holding cell. Because it's where people are going until they see the judge.
To await.
And
Right.
await where they go.
And we have 34
But
years.
functionally, it might as well be prison
Yeah.
because of how long people get stuck here.
Right. This is a holding facility.
Yeah.
So does
Yes.
anyone know
This
what
is like the
jail
worst
is
holding
This is like where
facility
they
ever.
put the babies at the border.
So what is jail like?
Too soon.
Does anyone
No,
know?
I'm not.
No, because well, there are rumors of that because some people, have been released back to their home worlds. But typically, what will happen is that they will be stripped of whatever powers or abilities they used to break the law to cross realities. Sometimes people will be placed in their own, basically, pocket dimension, where it might be just them, or maybe them and one other individual they were involved with in their crime. If it's been determined that they can't be, for lack of a better term, neutered to the point where they can't harm some piece of reality again.
You know what I miss is Joe's and Joe's milkshakes.
Fair.
Have you ever had a Joe's milkshake? I asked our group of people.
Boyd and Wiley have.
They have?
Yeah.
You've had a Joe's? Don't you
Yeah.
miss Joe in Hollywood?
I mean, they didn't spend a lot of time there. They only went in once.
Yeah.
It was actually where they were caught. So their memories of Joe's are not the fondest.
That's what I wanted to find out.
Yeah, getting caught at Joe's. There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
So within this economy, is recreational items sort of the most prized?
Yeah, I mean, it's what things have, what people have been able to create over time, either through scraps of clothing, the tubes, the paste itself, the medical paste. We need a better name than medical paste. Or the
I
med paste.
kind of like medical paste.
The medical paste.
You know,
Medical
it's
paste
the-
and digestive paste.
There's the paste and the good paste.
And the good paste. The happy paste.
I would like to send a message to Boggs.
The Boggs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell
Are
me
you
all
gonna do
about
that?
toilet wine?
How are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Well, I assume if Boggs has eyes and ears everywhere, I assume there's a system of some kind to ask him for things, since he's the thing getter or the all-knowing something, right?
Tell him we'll owe him a big favor.
Oh God.
I want a drone.
Do you say this to anyone else?
I'll tell my team.
I was gonna say, so who, do we know who has direct connections to Boggs yet?
I don't know, but I assume
You need to talk to one of the people in the unit about
I
it.
assume that somewhere in our group there's someone who we know has connections
Oh yeah,
with.
they can tell you how to,
because-
yeah, but Boyd can tell you about how to do that.
Yeah, so however that is, but
Well, let's do this. This will be fun.
Oh, I need.
The four of them are oftentimes at the table playing dice or cards, unless they seem to have a fondness for Yahtzee and Go Fish.
I slammed the bunny on the table.
Hopefully you didn't break it by slamming it.
Hopefully not. Luckily there's plenty
What's
of
going on,
space.
Miss Rosie?
To glue it back together.
I need something
more
from
base.
Boggs.
Yeah.
How do I get in touch?
Why would you want to get in touch with Bob?
I don't think that's any of your concern, is it?
You got a real bad attitude.
I certainly do. Luckily, my
Okay.
counterparts are charming. To make up for my bad attitude.
Who's the face of the group?
What's that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
No, she
Who wants
says that
to-
you're all charming. Who's going to be the talker if you're going to go talk to Vaughn?
Oh,
Boggs.
not me. I'm not the charm. I'm not.
I made Mark break from off camera.
I am very sweet, but I am not charming. I'm like I guess the foot or the knee of the group. Perhaps an elbow.
Vital, but not the most, not necessarily what you lead with.
No.
Communicationally.
What about Wyatt Maxwell, who's all very charming?
And level-headed.
I think going directly to him is not a bad idea. What we're going to ask for and what we're willing to give for it is something we need to know before we get there.
Right.
Tell him we have sugar water. See if that excites him.
Sugar water will be my opening gambit.
Look, I'll reach out to Boggs for you if you like.
I just.
But I just hope you've got a plan.
With your arm claw?
Yeah, how do you
That'd
reach
be
out to
awesome.
him? How do you reach out to him?
My name is Boyd. I have a robot arm. And
I
then
mean,
you
we
could
don't,
like.
please don't mock our friends.
Make it-
They're too, we need them to help us.
I was working on my impressions.
Right, and
he actually at this point has been around you enough to just find you amusing when you do that. So
we don't have to leave with the
entertainment
drone,
is of
but
great
I feel
value
like
around here.
I'm
That
going
counts.
somewhere with
Okay.
the drone. But we don't have to leave with the drone. What I'm also interested in is how the hell they cut off our connections. Because I thought that was internal.
It is.
Yeah.
So how did they turn it off?
I think it's like cutting a thread.
But I don't.
But is this something permanent or is this just dampeners?
Right, and we
in the
just turn the
facility?
dampeners off, and then all of a sudden, bing, bam, boom, necromancy,
There's-
woohoo!
There's nothing attached to us like a collar or a chip or anything, right? We're
Is
just-
there? Nothing
Do we
attached
have-
to
do
a
we have,
collar,
like, a
chip,
gray-
They don't
nothing?
think I exist. I'm somewhere trapped in TV. I wanted to let them know that despite this backdrop, I am here.
Yeah, looks great.
Or am I? I'm sorry, what was the question?
We don't have
Do
like
we
a
have
chip.
collars?
Nope.
Yeah, or a collar.
Nope.
Cuffs,
Jumpsuit. Nope.
grains?
Nope.
Just this snipped of thread.
So here's also an idea
It's kind of creepy. Thanks, Mark.
that oh wow, that
that's
was
terrifying.
a big
Yeah.
baggy eyeball.
Oh.
Here's another thought, and I say this privately with my group.
They just continue playing their game.
Yeah. If you want to get a drone, there's, I think with our 4 brains combined, we could probably figure out how these drones work. I'm wondering if we fake a fight, if drones will come in and then we get the whole unit to kind of bombard the drones and take them that way. I don't know if faking a fight would bring in security. I feel like usually it does.
Right.
But Pelage has 8 arms.
10.
Right.
10.
Ten.
But if it
So I'm just, and there's also, because it's also very scary. I like your idea. I'm offering another one
Right.
in regards to that.
Yeah, no, I want to get a drone because also if Boyd and Wiley were smuggling tech, that means that Boyd and Wiley know tech, and if we can rewire a drone,
What if we
Then
just
we can have
summon
it
one
zap
ourselves?
other drones?
or at least go out. Where is the front door?
What
Is
are we
there
going to do
enough,
with
like,
the drone? I want to know what we're doing with the
We
drone.
can at least
Well,
gather
we could
information.
have him fly out, and if there's video, perhaps see what the rest of the prison is like and what
Right.
the layout is, so we get a chance to escape.
Right, and maybe maybe we're lucky enough that in a room there's a set of
What-
keys hanging on a hook.
So you're
and
gonna
if the
use-
drone takes a stick and just hits the keys.
You know there's no locks on these doors,
I love
right?
this plan. I'm glad to be a part of it.
I'm just saying, and in theory.
Okay, so let me ask a question about your theory.
Okay.
So let's say you get a drone.
Right.
Now, you can like download the information from it.
Well, I don't know if we can download it, but
No, you don't have a device for that. Can you access it in some way with a screen? Because there's no screen on the drone.
I see what you're saying, but Rosie is right. We have Boyd and Wiley, and maybe if we let them in on this idea, they will be able to help us with those holes that you bring up in the idea. I think,
Like the lack of way to access any information on the drone.
sure, they could help us. Dream work makes the team work.
So we need something to
Or vice
control the
versa.
drone too.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I see the holes. Okay.
The other problem that I would suggest in this is essentially everything we can do with the paste is going to be real low tech. I
Yes.
assume non-mechanical. That nobody's.
Simple machine, but that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Like
that
a
would-
wedge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simple machine.
I think we should make a pulley out of the paste.
And our underwear.
It's a simple machine.
That's true. I mean, you could make a paste wheel, and then you could make rope out of old clothing. And over time, some of this stuff does exist. There is a market for just about anything.
I think first off we should make a paste knockoff of Settlers of Catan.
So everyone, I like that. I mean, better than playing Yahtzee.
Paste sheep or
all-
paste wood.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that game
Oh
is
my God. That game
killer
has
of
ended
friendships.
marriages. I think.
Yes.
That's why we don't play.
Everyone give me a mind roll or a notice roll. Or
Oh,
With
got it.
tens?
on tens, yeah.
I beat it by 17.
A couple of you have notice, Crash and Wyatt, you do.
Yeah, I beat it by 6.
And Rosie, you do too.
Yeah, mine just says notice C attributes, so I assume I win.
Did Sarah build this character for you? What's that?
No, but I do have 6th Sense and a whole bunch of other stuff,
Right.
so I mean.
The three. Okay, so what you?
I don't
by,
notice shit.
Well, by a ton.
Yeah.
Okay, so especially with that roll, it's all moot. You've noticed. You've been here long enough that you've noticed that the drones always move around in groups of no fewer than 3.
Okay.
You've never seen a single drone on its own.
That's okay.
It's always got at least 2 wing drones.
That's okay.
And
You're
you
doing
mentioned,
great, bud.
I mean, I'm gonna hold you to this. You mentioned shift changes, which I think, if my timing's right, will be in the next couple
Right,
of
so
minutes.
so the drones can eat lunch.
How meta of you! I'd love that.
You're welcome.
I will allow the hell out of that.
The hashtag chat power flows through Crash, and the long-forgotten personality of Heart Soul the incredibly evil surfaces. Maybe now he'll be willing to talk about how Rhodes tracked him down.
Ooh.
Oh,
Power of
that's
chat
one of the new
compels
ones,
you.
right?
Power of chat compels me. What does that do?
Well, the power of chat is going to put you into one of your avatar's personalities.
But
Harzul the
so
incredibly
you're
evil.
Still, it's what, the way it started to me is you're still Crash, but you now have the personality
Correct.
of Harzul.
Correct.
Do
You
we
follow
know
that?
what that this just
do.
happened?
I mean, we're gonna figure it out
You're
really
gonna figure it out
quick
pretty
because his
quickly.
voice is about to change.
Uh-huh.
Harzul. I don't know who Harzul is.
We haven't met.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't met
You're
him.
gonna meet him in just a
Film
second.
me
Yeah, we will.
So,
Is there a-
also on the hack attacks, just to get everyone up to speed, I have read both of them now. So they are the 2 that I thought they were. The one that's been handed to Christian to deal with, and he will deal with that. And then the one with the escape artist will be dropped in a little bit.
Okay.
Another option. And hear me out on this. Now, I've never been to prison before, but if we found the largest man here and just repeatedly stabbed him in the neck.
Wait.
That's a thing, right?
How are you doing this? How are you doing this?
How are you doing this?
I'm sorry, who is doing this? Who
How
are
are you doing this?
Where's
Wait.
Crash?
This is one of Crash's avatars. It's Harzul the Incredibly Evil from Farther All.
How does he have an avatar now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do not.
Do not in what?
I am not. I am me, still me. It's all still me.
What is your name?
Crash Jackson.
But the voice is different.
Yes, that is different, isn't it? Well,
So he's incredibly evil but ends up doing really nice things.
okay, so, give the whole backstory to everyone. I think that's important. We've all got it. Good. Stabbing a man in the
for
neck.
context. Yes, but that's probably going to result in box time. And remember, box is bad.
Right. Box is bad. So they would put the worst people in the box.
You have learned by now that the box is solitary. Segregation. It is the place for those who cannot be separated completely from their avatars, or those who, for whatever reason, are deemed to be a major threat to the security of themselves, of others, of the entirety of reality, of whatever. It is possible to go from Gen Pop to the box back and forth several times.
Is there a med bay or time where we actually leave our tier?
I mean, we have that voluntary
These
zone.
are the questions that we need answered. Thank you.
Twice a day, you have the option of leaving your tier to go to the larger
The yard.
unit.
But what about med bay?
Right.
And it is
Med bay.
possible.
We
It is
should-
possible at times to sneak onto one of the other units if you are very careful and if the right people help you pull it off.
Excellent. See, these are options. All right. I'm going to break your finger.
Right.
Just grab him and...
Give me the roll.
Whoa! Is it a fighting roll?
Whoa!
It's alright, he's very nice. It's probably not gonna hurt too bad.
I missed
gonna
it
say,
by
did that
I missed
hurt?
my fighting roll by 1. But I'll use my bonus on it. Since
I was gonna say, if anyone can break some bones, I mean,
I should be able
Right.
to do that at least.
Right, I guess, also, Crash, how did you get found?
What?
Crash, you weren't with us. You were with someone else.
Oh no, I was arrested in a garbage truck in a different dimension
Right.
with Zenda.
Right.
So, let's find out about that med bay. I'll add the 4 to my roll, that'll beat.
Ow!
Oh yeah, you broke her finger. That's a given. Finger's broken.
Ow! Do I assume we have drones that circle the room or guard the room or
Yeah.
Medic?
Ow!
So
don't tell me a
you
tooth
start
comes out.
shrieking about your finger? Or
Yeah, and I
you-
hold my bunny. And I shriek. Ow!
Okay.
I mean, look at her. She's holding a bunny.
After a little bit of time, 3 drones come into the room.
What's a little bit of time, approximately? They quick to react? Guess
A couple
not.
minutes.
Okay, so
It's not life-threatening. They'll get here when they get here.
They'll get here, you know.
okay.
So they will come in and just hover there for a moment.
She broke her finger. I'm looking at the drone. She broke her finger.
Some picture basically blatant ripoff of
Famous.
Star Trek, Star Wars, kind of like.
I was thinking
sort of
Big Hero
scanning thing.
6.
Sure, anything would work. I need to finish watching that by now.
That's good.
Anyway, a little beam of greenish energy, or not energy, but that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prisoner P30265.
Right.
Your finger has been broken.
No shit, Sherlock.
Oh, I don't think his name is Sherlock. That one is B111A4.
Idiot, you
So
idiot.
I'm going to back up for 1 second because I'm sorry, all these things have to happen together. So you broke the finger. You start making the sound. The 4 at the table look over and say, "What did you just do?
I did
Broke
nothing.
What? Why are you? Why'd you? What are you trying to? Are you insane?
Are you?
No one was
Are you absolutely howling mad? Are you completely nutters?
Do it. He did break your finger. What's wrong?
Wait, are we playing questions?
Okay, everybody remember where the spot is, and then that's when the drones come in.
The spot referring to the game?
Yeah, the game where they were in that spot. The 3
Right.
drones circle around.
Bunny.
What's your dodge bonus?
Oh, God.
+4.
Oh no, you don't need one. What's yours?
Oh.
+4.
+4, so that will hit you.
What is it?
First one will miss Rosie somehow. What's your dodge bonus?
+4.
That will hit. Dodge bonus?
+6.
+6, that will hit. Barely. You got a nice dodge.
Yeah.
Holy man.
Can I use a meta surge
He's on
And the
against
second
you?
one. Okay, the next round will hit.
You could
So,
totally use a meta
the 3
surge
rounds.
against him.
I'm using a meta surge against you.
No problem. They're just gonna keep shooting at you. But you
Oh,
can. So
but you
let's
said
take
I
off
could-
a meta surge.
Yeah.
You
But
can.
does that mean they missed the first one on
Yeah,
They
I
missed
like
the first
using-
one.
Okay,
Missed
there
the
you
first
go.
one, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and spend it, but fuck you.
Put it exactly that way. So
But totally.
drones come in.
Somebody paid for this
I'm
bit
gonna
of finger.
meta surge yo ass.
Yes. So and
Dodge.
4 drones come in. Look around. That whole interaction happens with you about your finger, and then they just start firing off tranquilizer darts at everyone in the room.
Except for me?
Well, no, eventually at everyone in the room.
We're just releasing tranquilizer.
Pretty much. You get a tranquilizer dart, and you get a tranquilizer dart, and you get a tranquilizer dart, and you get a tranquilizer dart. And eventually enough of them have peppered you that you all fall unconscious.
Even our friends,
Brooks-
Boyd, Wiley, Brooks.
Yes.
Brooks wasn't cool enough to go transparent, right? And like not be seen.
I mean, we could have, but they would have just.
Okay.
He's only semi-transparent.
Yeah.
They
It's
just would have shot him
semi-transparent.
anyway.
And it's also assuming that these things recognize you based on
Right,
you know,
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Actually, go ahead and give that buff back. I was kidding about using it up because that's a total jerk thing to do because I knew they were all going to get pegged anyway. So please go ahead and give back the meta search, or I'll just remember it's there. But you all fall unconscious. Time passes, and when you wake back up,
How much
You are no
time?
longer covered in darts.
you are no longer covered in darts. The other 4 are sitting still at the table in the center, and they woke up before you and have gone back to playing their game. The 3 of you kind of pull yourself off the ground, and you find yourself back in your cell on the ground with a splint on your finger.
Ah, all right then. They don't want us to know where the medical bay is.
Yes.
Mystery
Or-
solved.
They're portable medical bays because they're drones and they can do whatever.
Should we see what happens
But
when
they
it's
were
more
so
than
full
broken
of. They were
finger?
so full of. Yeah, they were so full of tranquilizer
No.
darts. I doubt they had room for splints and band-aids.
That's true. That's true.
All I'm saying is, if it's
What did you just suggest?
should we see what happens if it's more than a broken finger?
I love it when a plan comes together.
I'm just wondering, like broken finger, that's a splint. They can take like even portable, like they could come here, you splint the finger. But like, if I lost a hand and was profusely bleeding,
What is the drones are coming in from? What you said, like a little like slit that they just cut like a letterbox.
In the hallways,
looking
what you've
thing?
noticed is that near the top, you see almost like an air vent, just big enough for those drones to go in and out.
And there's only one.
There's multiple of them down the hallways, and the drones
But
periodically
in our
will go in and
but
out.
in our unit,
In our
where
tier.
Not
they
one
can
in your
enter.
direct unit, but they are in the hallway outside your unit.
in the tier.
But then
I
how
Or
did
don't-
they
tier.
get
I'm
in?
sorry. I'm sorry. In the hallway outside your tier.
Okay.
So how did they get inside here? How
Magic
many
door.
access points?
Magic door.
There's one access point into
Yes.
the room.
There's one door to the common room, and then one door from the common room to each one of your cells.
How solid is your bunny? Like I know
Very.
you've been working on it for a while, but how solid is it?
very.
Okay. Once again, super secret quiet huddle.
Uh-huh.
Extreme food rationing or starvation strike, using all the tubes and gluing and blocking the one access point that the drones have or something like that, using it as so no one can come in to the door. I don't know how that would help, but like
Right.
if we have the tubes,
But then
we could-
what?
well, you said the yard wasn't technically outside either, right?
I mean, it's not like yard with open sky. It's more like big
Is
ass
it-
gym.
Windows,
Nope, there's no windows.
walls,
Everything is,
steel.
yeah. From what you have been told, there is no sign of an outside to this place, and all indications are that meta end is just meta end. There is no other. This, I mean, if you want to talk about like a pocket dimension, this is the pocket. There's nothing beyond meta end. It just is here.
And we can't hear the other tiers or units above or below us?
No,
Can
it's
we-
pretty good insulation.
So we can't hear.
I mean, if you go down the hallways, you sure as hell hear other cells.
But we
sometimes.
can't, right? We don't have access to the hallways. We can't
Oh, you can get in the hallway, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you get from the hallway to the bigger.
The common room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can we do it at will?
A few times a day.
No, yeah, it can't, but it's not
a
at
few
will.
times a day, your door will open from
Right.
your tier, and that's your time that if you want to go and mingle with the rest of the unit or beyond.
But that door gets us to the hallway where the little thing is that the drones come out of.
Yep. Things multiple.
So how about before we do anything calamitous to any of our persons, we ask our four.
I really love that.
bunkmates-
That was the next step. Was
Very
it's
well,
the figurative
Maxwell.
order.
Yeah.
What if you kill me?
You win.
I said lose
this
a hand.
round.
I was just going for a hand.
I love this show.
So, is that what happens? We get the dart attack anytime anybody suffers any injury?
All of us do.
You don't know.
I
Yeah.
asked one of the other inmates.
Oh.
The other 4 dudes in the room with us.
The more experienced. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Typically, it depends. If we weren't in the room, then
Then you wouldn't get knocked out.
Exactly.
But because you were here when it happened, they knocked everyone
yeah,
out.
that's why we took note of where we were in the game.
Right, so if we're in the yard and someone shanks me, it would be different.
Yeah, everyone in the yard
You
would
don't
go
wanna-
down.
I mean, very potentially.
But pretty much everyone in the yard would go
If you
down.
want to see stuff hit the fan, go shank someone in the yard. Just tell us so we don't have
But
to go
like,
out there.
that's what I'm saying. Is like, do they train?
Would you be
everyone?
knocked out, yes or no?
Knocked out?
Yeah.
A lot of people get knocked out.
Right. What would everyone in the yard get knocked out if someone got shanked?
Anyone
In
who
the
didn't
yard.
get out in time would be.
Aha! So they don't want anyone to know that there is a med bay or where it is. But there's a med bay.
Or at least a storage place for all the medical items.
How's your finger feeling?
Smell it. Disinfectant? Antiseptic?
Please gift that.
Smell good?
That paste is some good
That's all I
shit.
want. Maggie Doyle, you were one sexy, sexy beast. That was just awesome.
How do you think I got that guy? I have no idea how I got that guy. And what do I smell?
You have splints now.
Do I? Yeah, disinfectant split. Like, what is this looking
Is it
like?
a cast?
Yeah,
Is
you've
it
been,
like
you've
what?
been splinted
pieces of
up
wood?
and, in a proper
Do
splint.
I smell hospitally? Like they just like
tinge
what?
of iodine, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have things now. You
They have a med bay.
2 popsicle
Right.
sticks.
Yeah. What is there? Yeah, is there any
Cloth.
metal or is it wood?
Hmm?
Is it metal or wood for the splint?
It seems to be some sort
Probably
of
paste.
paste-esque plastic.
It's more paste.
Is it a paste-esque thing that is holding the 2 pieces together, or is
So,
it gauze?
One
or...
of my favorite things when I was a kid was I read a lot of Star Trek novels. This is related, don't worry. And one of them took the time to explain how the replicator worked. And what I thought was kind of cool is that basically there was just this bank of atoms that they could then just pull out and re-put together in whatever combination they needed to make the stuff. And a lot of it was derived from not quite kelp, but something similar. And in my brain, when James was telling me about the scenario with the paste and such, I kind of felt like it was probably something a little bit similar in the
Yeah.
sense of that this stuff is, whatever its source is, let's call it kelpie, something like that. It just gets rearranged, and so your splint is made up of rearranged atoms of that stuff.
2.
So it's space kale.
Basically, yeah.
2 blue. You said you would honor my metagame train
I did, but you
shift
just
change.
missed the shift change.
Right, no, it's a different time. This is actually a different time than the times written down before.
No, I mean you just missed it. It just happened. We were talking about books. I don't know why you let me do that.
No, I have a plan. I have a plan.
Yeah, sure. If you want to use shift change, go for it.
No, I'm just
Is
saying.
the yard open?
I'm wondering if we could.
Is
Yeah.
the yard
I
open
mean, a
right
few
now?
times a day. Yeah,
I'll
sure.
see if-
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna go start doing
Just make us
pull-ups.
wait.
I gotta get some beef if we're gonna break.
Yeah, that's
I'm straight up doing pull-ups and sit-ups. I'm working out. I need to think.
Yes.
So I'm
We
going
shall go to
front.
the yard and build our muscles strong for darkness.
I don't know why I did
Who
that.
are you?
Arzul.
Arzul, the incredibly evil.
Same guy. That's weird. I'm sorry.
Don't
I
apologize.
really love that voice. I missed Arzul.
I'm doing pull-ups.
Oh yes, I'm
But yeah,
also.
what else can I orient you to on this layout of the prison? I want to make sure you feel like you know as much as you're going to, what the hell is going on?
I'm going to go pump all of the iron.
Okay.
Come join me.
Mm-hmm.
So they're heading off to
You
the
can
yard.
spot me.
That's two of you.
I'll head to the yard as well. I want to show off. I want to show off my Catan knockoff pod game.
Your paste
You actually
Catan.
can probably turn. You can upgrade that. I mean, if you wanted to trade that for something else.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Push it, Maxwell.
So-
Bro, do you even bench?
So when the time comes, when the proper time comes, you see the the door does its Ripley thing, and there's the opportunity to leave. You want one of the other four to go with you?
Yeah, I want to try and work out with. Does Pelage like working out?
Pelage doesn't work out much, but Brooks does.
Brooks does.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a lifting buddy. Brooks has been in for how long? We thought
About a year.
What?
He's the guy with the gills and the murder.
And
Yep.
the homicide.
With the
Yeah, but
gills and the murder
Pelage
and
has
the
been
third
in here
thing, yeah.
infinitely.
Possibly. We don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, no
So
one has
we
any
can-
idea how long Pelage.
But that was dropped, so that's what I'm thinking.
The memories that people have is that Pelage has been here. Some people think Pelage has been here since Meta N was created, which does not go well if you think about the turnaround time on this paperwork.
Yeah.
I mean, the bureaucracy
Yeah.
of this place is amazing.
I would like to know, and because we've been here for a minute, so we're not fresh off the boat here. Have we tried drawing pictures to communicate with Pelage?
That's what I was just thinking. Or pantomiming.
You could, yeah. Pelage will occasionally bubble.
But will any of the limbs hold a device and draw back?
Kind of.
Is I'm sure if the paste is lighter colored and it's dried out, you can draw
exactly.
on the walls with the paste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we been able to successfully communicate?
What would you like to communicate with Pelage?
I want to draw a drone on one of the walls with paste.
Okay, go for it.
So
Give me an arts check.
yeah, Jesus.
She'll know what you're talking about.
Can I use my soul? I don't know. I don't have an arts check. I have athletics. I don't do art.
Do a soul roll.
Soul roll?
Yeah. The worst that happens is you fail. Life won't end. Or will it?
Unless you critically fail, and then you're dead automatically.
I mean,
That is the rule.
10 on a 6.
That is the rule.
That's how soul rolls work. Sorry.
You can use your +4 if you wanted. You do have a
But
plus.
that's money.
That would be an
That would
awesome
make it
cyber.
6
I
exactly.
have horrible
Does
news.
anyone have art?
You are dead. Let me see.
Does anyone else have art?
I've got urban tracking. Is that like art? No.
I mean, it could be.
I want to use my attributes.
Sounds good.
I need to.
Covert ops for communicating with someone who doesn't speak your language.
There you go.
Creative, and I like it. Give me a roll with a 2-point penalty.
Yeah.
Beat it by a lot. Yeah. You beat it by 7?
Yeah, 7.
Or no, you're right, 5. That's
Yeah.
right with the-
Yeah.
Good job.
So yeah, I will try and draw the drone. What's your
that's
question?
Well, if they've been here forever, I don't know. Like, if she, we can't draw Boggs. We don't know what he looks like, or do we?
Oh, you know what Boggs looks like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got mantis arms.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and draw him? Should we ask about him or the drones? I think that I'm just getting really stressed out because I don't like small spaces and I've been in here for months. So I'm gonna keep doing pull-ups.
Just gotta keep breathing.
Yeah. Oh.
Just do your time.
Okay. I am not used to this, unlike other people. Okay.
Yes, you are a convict. Ha ha!
As
Just
are
like
you
all of us.
You stand convicted of that.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that this stops at some point because it's annoying me.
Oh, I was going to let you take it off when you wanted to.
Oh,
Can he put it back on when he wants?
Well, they would have to give
They'll
it.
drop another one on him
Never
eventually.
know when I might need it. All right, before it goes away, let's discuss one little thing. What do we know about Meta-Ed? According to everyone we've spoken to, no front door, no way out,
Right.
No windows even.
no windows.
The only way that people know of that folks get out has been to go through the judge and then they don't return. and they go to the judge when it's their time.
So we can either move up the hearing somehow,
And then there's the rumor about this Zelda who got out at some point.
which we think is Zenda, who we know is here because he got arrested with me.
But he did get out. Does Pelage understand
He
English?
claims he got out. Do you really trust that guy?
Does Pelage understand English?
Yes.
I would suggest writing Zelda or drawing Boggs with the paste on the wall and getting her.
Oh, I see what you're trying to. You can speak to Pelage normally.
So she does understand English.
It's the speaking of her back to you that's more complicated.
Right,
Okay.
that it's like her mouth can't produce
She can't
some of the
produce-
sounds
yeah.
of English.
But she has symbols and vision.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is why I would show her how we want to communicate, and then I would pass the loop to.
I'm with you. And she
Cool.
can follow that.
Yeah.
I can't draw. That's on you.
Have you thought about writing?
That's what I said. Write Zelda, draw Boggs, or write Boggs. I don't know why. I just want to see a giant cockroach praying mantis.
So I draw Vincent
just got a
D'Onofrio, and
Hey, look, Kingpin.
no, but Buggier.
The buggy Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh,
You're gonna write his name or drawing?
I'm drawing Vincent D'Onofrio.
Nice.
a buggy Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Yes, with Boggs.
Written underneath.
Yeah.
I just keep picturing Jim Belushi.
While this happens, I'm gonna pee.
But what questions did you have for her specifically about Boggs?
And you can just ask her that.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally just ask her the question. and
But
she'll-
using the tube to show her how
Yeah,
she
she
can
understands how you wanna
communicate.
respond, yeah.
Okay.
What, she can't write English?
Not easily.
She's got 10 arms.
Yeah, she can write like a novel.
But she's not holding it like that. Yeah.
Right, but, I mean, slime trail.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
S is
how do
an
you
S.
want to? Do you want to ask her if we can talk to him? Do you want to ask her if she's trying to escape? What do you think we should ask her? I don't know. I have 1,000 questions. I don't really know where to start.
I actually hate finger paint with a passion, Alien Knitter. It means paint on your fingers.
I'm with you, dog.
Yeah.
OCD life.
Yeah, for shit.
I don't mind that. What do you think we should ask her? If Boggs, how we can get a hold of him? How do we get out? I don't want exactly
Well, I mean-
write on all the walls we're going to escape because the drones will come and see that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
Boyd seemed to indicate that he could facilitate a connection. It's just what we want to get out of the meeting with Boggs. Because I mean,
Well, do you want to
a
ask
drone.
her how we can get out?
A drone is a big old ask.
And also, we need a way to control it.
Right. And also, we would need to have at least 3 of them, so it isn't suspicious that there's one lone drone flying around.
Do you want to ask her how she was able to alter timelines? That's what she
Yeah.
got in trouble for.
Yeah, I'm all in
Maybe
for
we
that.
can ask her how she was able to do that. Just ask her about herself. I'm
So-
saying her because I thought I heard her at one point.
Yeah, it was her.
Got it.
So
Male
how
seahorse
were
has
you
it.
able to change these timelines for so long? Were you using I think it was a splitter?
No, that was.
That was what. That was what
The others were
the
using.
other
Yeah.
She altered timelines though.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
asking her how she was able to do that.
In the interest of all that,
Mm-hmm.
she eventually communicates to you that she altered the timelines just using her innate alien powers.
So it's internal.
It was.
But it's
Yeah,
not
but
anymore.
that's turned off.
She can't do it
as
now.
well.
It's
Yeah.
shut down.
And do you know you've been
It's
in
like
here
your
a long
avatar
time.
abilities.
I was gonna say,
and
do
your
you want to
connection.
ask her if she was an avatar or if she knows what that is?
Well, she does.
Yeah. How
She
how
does
is it
know.
that they're
Yeah,
that
she
they're
knows.
turning
She knows
off
what a
our powers?
metapilot is.
As opposed
she
to
has
Boyd
seen
and
them
Wyatt?
before in here.
Who? Who have you seen in here?
Metapilots.
Yeah, which ones? Did you know their names?
Zelda.
Zelda was in this.
Zenda. Yeah.
Zenda, yeah.
She remembers when Zelda arrived.
Okay, tell her.
Now,
She always calls him Zelda.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
not to be indelicate, but what I'm hearing you say is Zelda. When that metapilot was addressed by others, were they referred to as Zenda?
She communicates, like you get the sense that her internal alphabet is not necessarily having all the
Not
same
equipped with L's.
consonants and or
So,
ends.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the same consonants and vowel sounds.
So the
you
answer
have.
is low.
Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely low.
Yeah. Cool. So
you were
we have
smart
that.
enough to be like, there's a really good chance this is who she's talking about.
Yeah.
How did he get out?
She indicates there's just so many rumors.
But you didn't see him prep anything, plan anything. You didn't hear anything.
He was there one day, he was gone the next.
And just silent before then, just doing nothing.
He made a comment about calling in a favor.
Neat.
Okay.
How do you go to the box?
People go to the box if they are a huge threat to others, if they are a threat to themselves, if they are in a
Work it
situation
out.
where they can't have their powers removed in a way so that they are stable enough for general population. You can get to the box via perception, where you started.
Do you know Boggs?
Yes. Yeah. She's
met him?
seen Boggs. Yeah.
Was he in this? Was he in our? I don't know what to call him. I'm so confused.
Tier.
Was he in our
Unit?
tier?
Tier?
Year?
No.
He never was.
No.
So she's had to move. You relocated.
But he's always been. I apologize because I just used the wrong terms.
Okay.
She's never shared a tier with him, but he's been in that unit ever since he arrived. She predates him by a long ass.
But we
way.
would see him at
she's
yard
seen
time.
him. She has.
Oh, she's seen him.
Yeah.
Actually, when you say that, she shudders a little bit.
I assume at yard time.
Yeah.
So so we could see him right now if he decided to come
yeah.
out.
Absolutely.
Give me a notice check or anything like that.
I mean,
Everybody or
Anyone who was talking to her when you asked that question
a
about
6,
Boggs.
but I don't know what my notice roll is.
Yes.
it's your mind.
Beat it by
Oh.
a ton.
That's my two.
When you asked about Boggs, she shuddered, and even though she's alien and it's hard to tell exactly where this cephalopod is looking, you noticed her look down, and that's when you notice for the first time that there's these 10 tentacles off of her, and 2 little nubs up near one side.
Oh.
She's lost too. Did Boggs do you a favor?
He didn't do her a favor, but his little 3-fingered clippers,
What did you do for him to?
Yeah, what was the exchange?
he was mad.
Why?
Why was he mad? You don't know why he was mad at you? He was just mad at you?
Now Chris is
Could
hand
be-
waving.
Could be
Yeah.
building
Literally and
building
figuratively.
rep, upset about something else. Yeah.
Right. Or just one of the arms for something.
He thought that she knew how Z got out.
I think we should meet him.
Yeah. I'm in.
I am not seeing any other options.
Yeah. I think we go
I
meet.
don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna go shower and freshen up.
All right, well, we'll pretend not to watch.
You watch?
I said pretend not to watch. Sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes. I don't know.
All of us?
I mean,
You've been in there a long time.
yeah.
Gross.
I mean, Brooks hasn't showered yet, and I feel like
I mean, they've all been doing some basic hygiene, whatever's appropriate for their species.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the yard.
Okay.
are we already in the yard?
I'm going to assume
Oh, I
that
went
took
in the
place.
shower
The,
room.
the way the conversation was going, I think it was taking place over on your tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to the yard. Go back to the yard. I really want to work out, but I won't. Maybe I will.
Do we
Maybe
see-
my muscular.
I wanna go see the
athletic
whole unit.
form-
Yeah. Yeah. Do we see Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah, you get out to the yard and you see it's decently busy. This place is big. It's big enough for all the people who might be on that unit to be there at one time. So we're talking about what, 2, 8, 3, well, it's not huge. Enough for about 64 folk, give or take.
That's max capacity, or that's how many are there
That's
right
how
now?
many are in a given tier. So
Units?
How many are in the
unit.
yard right now?
A few dozen.
Okay.
What's Boggs doing?
Boggs is holding court, as it were.
Oh, cool. I want to go to
You
court.
walk in, Boggs is seated over at one of the tables, surrounded by a few flunkies. And
Are they human?
yeah. And just kind of surveying the land, as it were.
Nice. I want to go. I
Or
want
this
to.
way if you prefer.
I want to go to the court.
Okay.
I am not. I'm going to be working out where I can see what is happening, and I'm close enough to hear the conversation, but I am working out. I'm doing box jumps. I'm being very impressive, in fact. Athletically impressive amongst my peers is what I'm doing.
I like it.
I like it.
Thanks.
I like it. What's everyone else
While
doing?
listening.
I will stick by Crash just in case.
I'm jogging.
To the court.
God.
What about you, Rosie?
Whoa!
You want to just walk with my bunny and me?
Yeah.
All right. We'll just bring up the rear.
Okay.
The three of us.
As you start approaching Boggs, a couple of his goon types get up
Mm-hmm.
and try to look physically intimidating.
I wave at them.
And put up a hand and say, "Whoa!"
Are you back to Crash
Oh.
now?
Whoa.
Do you high five? Do you high five them?
What do you think you're doing? You need something? You lost?
How can I be lost?
We're just,
Does anybody know why he talks to people? Fellow, that doesn't make any sense. We're all in the same place. I'm not lost. Dumbhead. Okay. Mr. Boggs.
Boggs is just watching you with his little beady eyes.
with this guy's hand, like I'm still holding out, and I'm holding my
I feel
hand.
like you should be Harzu. I'm so sorry. I feel like that went on too fast.
Mr. Boggs. My name is Crash Jackson, and I hear you're a man who knows how to get things. And I pull my glasses down so he can see. And
my
I go.
athletic training is getting a little bit closer.
And I wink right at him.
I'm getting nervous for him. I'm getting nervous.
Perhaps we can have services to offer. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to escape. You know?
As soon as you say that, he looks over at one of the goons right in front of you. Does a little head tilt.
Oh, he's gonna hit me, isn't he?
And what is your defensive check?
6.
Then he'll miss. The goon really close to you pulls out a shank and stabs it at your side. And everyone who wants to can roll initiative because we have a fight going on.
Shit.
He
He
went
missed
right.
you, though?
He went right for the stabbing.
He did go right for the stabbing.
Jeez.
You used the E word.
20.
And that won't get the drones out here knocking everybody out.
Oh, we'll give it time.
No, I'm asking Boggs. Like, is that not going to be a thing then? We're just doing stabbing.
25.
So we had, okay, so Wyatt, you were at 25. Rosie, where are you at?
20.
20. Maddox?
19.
17. Maddox. And Crash?
My I don't have the. We only can re-roll 10s for the initiative.
We'll just do 10 as well.
Neato Keen. 13 plus 6 is 19.
19 for Crash.
Is lightning reflexes. They give you a plus 6.
Super
in-
jelly.
Don't be jelly.
I am though.
Wyatt, you have the first chance to act.
Okay, I am going to run up.
This would be the
Grab-
perfect place for the Professor Gatling self-surgery kit.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. I'm sorry. Yeah,
No worries. I'm going to run up, grab Crash, yell out to Boggs and his Boggs and his boys. I apologize sincerely for his lack of
You guys
courtesy.
really want to stay here.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here now before any of the drones get here.
Yeah.
We don't want to get knocked out.
And then we're not going to tell you how to get out of here.
Profuse apologies. Let's go.
Do you want to use a moment of clarity for that?
Yes. Let's
There's only one left, but you get to roll 8s.
Yeah.
I think what you're rolling at right now would be I need either some sort of
Persuasion?
Honestly, I want 2 persuasion checks. I want one for Boggs, and I want one and the goons, and I want one for Crash. 'Cause I'm not sure if he's coming along willingly just yet.
Yes.
I'm not
This
fighting
seems
them.
like a highly appropriate place for Dr. Gatling to converse with Mr. Boggs. Hashtag cat power.
Thank you.
Good idea, chat. I love it. I love it. I miss Dr. Richard Gatlin. Professor Dr. Richard Gatlin. Professor Dr. Richard Gatlin.
Does the moment of clarity work on both rolls or just one?
You can use it for both.
Okay.
Oh, you're so kind.
Thank you. So I beat that by 5.
Okay.
Whoop whoop.
And beat it by 8.
Woo!
Okay. At a minimum,
Thank you,
these
Jim.
guys are going to take a 1 moment pause before acting on their turn, which is great because they were up next. So they are
Are
going
you still
to
walking
delay.
away
Oh, yeah.
with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm next, right?
Chat power that was bought for Christian for the fisherman. I don't know what that means.
Christian
I
gets
don't
to
know what
change
that
the
means.
metaverse in some way?
I know he can do.
No, was that
like
the prison to help escape? The prisoner? to
There
help
is
prisoners?
there's another prisoner who's going to show up at some point. There's
Yeah.
the Scheichel
Was that the
She
prisoner?
texted
Michelson.
you.
Scheichel Mofield.
She
Check your
texted you, she
phone.
says.
We're so professional on this show. That's one of my favorite things about it.
That's the professionalism that I respect.
It's funny 'cause I
chat
laughed-
compels you. I didn't see that one. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Christian, it's going to be your night for this. At some point, they want you to channel Carl, the Swedish fisherman from the 80s
God.
alien invasion world.
Never played that character,
I
but
know.
why the heck not?
Why
I
the
was gonna
hell not?
say I'm 1 for 3 right now.
I
All I
didn't-
know is Miss Dr.
I didn't see
Gatlin.
all
That's
those
the only-
episodes,
Yeah.
but
Just do a really bad Swedish impression.
I'm pretty sure I was the person who had to be the Norwegian fisherman.
oh, so I can
the most.
just basically do any old accent.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. And
Yeah.
he'll accent with an Irish or with an English tinge to it.
Whose turn is it?
It is yours, so they're going to defer. Or no, it is Rosie's. I'm sorry.
Rosie's.
Rosie's up next.
So I've seen that that's worked. You are pulling Crash away or
Yes.
moving. I want to provide distraction by holding the bunny up
Okay.
and being and. My
What are you
name,
distracting them from?
Trying to make them think that she's insane.
Right.
Go for it. Give
My
me a roll.
name is Harvey, and I'm from the Feywild. And if you touch my friends, Titania, the fairy queen, is gonna come eat you.
I like it.
That all checks out.
It's real.
I like that Rosie has lasted about a month and a half before prison has just crushed her.
Yeah, she's.
She can't function in this place. Are you kidding? No.
Give me a roll. Give me either a persuasion check or a soul check.
I'll do. I got persuasion actually. It's better
Well,
than my
I was going to
soul.
try and talk sense into them.
Oh, you still can try.
Oh no.
No, you still can. They're not going until you guys are done.
No.
So you can do whatever you want. So what'd you win?
I mean, I beat it by 12, so I'm sure they think I'm crazy. I don't think it messes you up. They just
No.
think I'm crazy.
They're very.
Nope, they know.
Crash, you're up next.
Is Shanky still shanking?
Shanky delayed shanking because Wyatt said things to him and said that he was pulling you away.
Oh.
And so that stunned them enough to where they're a little bit confused, and so they were going to go right after Wyatt. Instead, they're delayed to the end of everybody now. So you all 4 get to act.
Okay.
Which good use of non-violence.
Thank you.
The more you know.
Well, I will wait till we're out of combat to do anything then.
So I mean, do you go with Wyatt? Do you?
No. No, I'm still talking to the Boggs guy.
Okay, so
I'm just waiting for combat to be over.
Okay, so Wyatt is tugging at you.
Mm-hmm. That's not working.
It's not working. You're standing still. Okay. So your body's at 7. Your body's at 6. So yeah.
Is he putting his hands on me? Oh, you got to roll for that.
Yeah, he grabbed you, didn't you? That's what you said.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you beat it by 6? Because otherwise you didn't touch me.
Well, I don't think you were actively trying to dodge something.
I was dodging Shanky guy. I'm in the middle of dodging. I promise.
Oh, okay. Give me a roll for it.
Yeah. So, fighting?
Yeah, let's do that.
I did not beat that by 6.
Okay, so you were trying to get him, but he's
squirrely.
He's squirrely. Maddox, you'd be up next then.
The yard is comprised of what?
It's basically a giant room. There's seating off on one side.
Seating,
There is some makeshift
benches,
exercise equipment over
which
another
is what?
area.
What's the exercise equipment?
I mean, people have made paste benches, and
How much are they weighing?
I mean, it's they're rough approximations because of paste weights.
Paste weights?
Yep.
So an Olympic bar is usually 45 pounds. So
Love
a
that
pace
you know
bar, a pace bar would be
Sure, just for the sake of everything, you know these numbers better than I do. It weighs what you want it to weigh.
45 pounds.
Works for me.
Of paste.
Yep.
Of lube tube.
They've had a long ass time to build this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well.
I'm going to say right now, as someone who actually does work in a prison, what they can create out of random crap that they have found and haven't had enough time to build is impressive. So I'm thinking over thousands of years, they've built some stuff in this
But
place.
it's like mocking exercise equipment.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, well then, I'm not gonna.
It's actually a very respectful take. It's not a mock. Sorry. Anyway.
You
almost missed that.
I am gonna go to one of the bench presses near this action, and I'm gonna start bench pressing with this 45-pound
Okay.
pace bar, so I have it in my hands.
In case.
Just in case. So I'm just gonna start benching, so I have the bar and I'm just ready.
Sounds good.
I'm working.
On their turn, Boggs stands up
Okay.
and begins to move to the side with a couple of his goons. Odds, evens.
Like, move to the side like he's getting out of the yard, or just like,
Yeah.
we should follow him.
And then a couple of his other goons stand there and just are kind of keeping an eye on you guys right now. Or the two of you in particular, and you, because you three have moved up.
I figured I moved afterwards quite quickly.
Came up, I'm crazy, and then walked away.
So he has kind of like 4 sidekicks. 2 went with him, 2 are here.
He has 8 sidekicks.
So 4 left with him. You said 2 were here. I thought I heard 2 were here.
5 stayed behind. 3 went with him.
Okay. And they're still assuming the position that he was in before he got up and left.
They are taking a defensive posture right now. The 5 of them, basically have inserted themselves between Boggs and the 3 here who are interacting or trying to interact with Boggs.
And they're human. Do they look beefy?
Ish. Some
Ish?
do.
Okay. I'm just sizing them
Yeah.
up.
I like the like feet.
Nobody's got
Do they
hit
look
yet.
like I can take?
We do pretty much is what I'm wondering. I'm just.
We might absolutely get through a night without any actual damage done to anyone. I don't know. What happens next?
Well, I'm trying to avoid being
So
darted.
that's what happens. We're back up to the top. Wyatt, you're up. Oh wait. You didn't. No, you didn't. You got your turn. 'Cause you got the bar. Yes, Wyatt, you're up.
Come on, buddy. We got to get out of here. I don't want any part of getting darted.
Well, as long as there's no violence, nobody will get darted. Keep Mr. Shank to himself if you don't mind. Now, Mr. Boggs, I'm sorry I didn't have your attention before. I have an offer for you.
Rosie.
Yeah.
Technically, you would be up next. Do you want to defer to Crash?
Yes.
Or, okay.
You bet your ass I'm deferring to Crash.
Okay.
I'm also, I still have sorcery on my sheet.
You do.
Can I see?
I noticed that when James sent me the sheet.
Great.
What does that mean?
That means she could do
Can I-
magic if she had access to magic.
But can I see magic? Can I feel magic? Can
No.
Sorcery check.
So are you not? preferring your
I
charm?
beat it by 5.
You see nothing.
Great. Okay. Well, it's worth a shot. It was still in my sheet.
It's only worth a shot.
Yeah.
What
I
are you-
love the chat
this-
idea about getting Professor Gatling to build paste stuff.
Now, I may have just the device that you need for your everyday life. I suppose you're tired of the taste of paste. I suppose you're tired of the flavors that you have to savor from a tube every day. What if I told you I could build a machine that can make anything you want to eat?
Well, that almost sounds too good to be true.
Well, it does, doesn't it? But I can get you a cheeseburger. I could get you a pizza. Any of these things could be on the menu today, Mr. Boggs. And I don't even want to know which way is out. I'm just looking for a way in. You could hear me out. Or you could have a no-necked compatriot over here try and stick me with his toothbrush again and see how that goes for it. Maybe I won't take it from him and throw it at your eye.
Rosie, you're up next.
No, I deferred. I did my sorcery.
You delayed.
I delayed, but I did the sorcery, so I
Oh,
assume
that's
that
right.
meant that I.
mean, yeah, sure. Maddox, you're up.
So while on the bench press,
You hear this
I
exchange go
definitely hear it.
on. You notice a lot of the other people who were in the yard have left.
Most
Pretty
everyone.
much anyone who wasn't a part of Boggs' crew took that as an indication that, time to go.
But no drones have come either.
Nobody's gotten hit.
Right, so that's good.
You know how sharks smell blood in the water?
So Boggs was leaving, but he obviously turned around and started listening.
We'll know in a second what he did.
Since we're doing conversation in combat,
Yes.
that's the way it's got to go. Now it'll be his turn to talk.
Exactly.
Controlled conversations. You finally managed a way to do it. You just have to roll for initiative first. Brilliant.
What do you do, Maddox?
I'm going to stay near the Olympic bar, but I'm just gonna say a cheeseburger. God, I haven't had one of those. That is like my favorite. How do you get a cheeseburger around here?
Well,
I'm going to enhance his.
Yeah. Lovely.
Well,
My
I am
God,
glad
that's
that you
awesome.
asked that, lovely lady.
I have never seen this woman before in my life.
Clearly, we do not know each other in any way.
Golly, a
So,
cheeseburger.
so Boggs looks over at you for a moment. All of his goons are kind of keeping an eye on him before taking any kind of action at all. And he looks at the one who had the shank and kind of makes a little bit
Now,
of a head
last
tilt.
time you did that with your head, the man took a swipe at me.
It's true.
A bad one.
The guy puts it back in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And Boggs says, I figured out a voice for this guy.
Oh, sugar water.
You
Do
are
that
new
voice. Oh, there you go.
and entertaining. Speak your piece.
Well, I've already spoken it. I'm offering you the use of a machine that will replicate any food that you wish.
And how would you get this machine?
Well, I am very glad that you asked that, but my sources are my own, and I'm not about to give those away, save to say that you will have said device within the day. That is my personal Jackson guarantee.
This day?
This very day.
How's he gonna build? He's not.
How will you build it? What supplies will you use?
Well, judging by my calculations, it shouldn't take any more than, say, 50 tubes of paste.
50.
50 tubes of paste should be enough raw material to make the machine that I am trying to make.
You have until tomorrow.
Where can you give me the paste?
He nods at a different one of the guys and then turns around and walks out. And the guy that he nodded at Goes underneath the table, pulls out this very large box, sets it on the table. It's a paste box.
Just all the
I mean, if you look at it, you can tell it's like
that.
tubes of paste and scraps that have been put together. He opens it up, and you see inside, gleaming, tube upon tube upon tube of paste.
Is ought to be enough.
Y'all have boosted abilities, by the way. That happened a while ago.
Oh,
That is
thank you, chat.
fantastic.
Thank
you, chat. So I make a big show of it. You're like, are we in the yard?
Yeah.
Like, shall we go back to B? I grab the box and I gingerly walk it back inside.
I want the box back.
All right. I mean, it does have to sit in something, doesn't it? I go to the common room of wherever whatever level they're on.
Of their tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a big show, like I close the top of the box, I shake it up, I flip it over, slam it back down on the ground, or on the table. And then I lift it up. And there is the very machine that I have promised. A food replicating device, which unfortunately is also in some way weaponized.
It's the nature of being
Gatling.
Richard
Gatling be Gatling be Gatling. So
Gatling's got a Gatling.
thank you, chat. I just
It also has an oddly, what do I say? It has an excessive number of tubes. And,
rotating tubes.
It just keeps going around for no
just
apparent
fires
reason.
Fires cheeseburgers
Nice.
out. Couldn't have done it without chat. Couldn't have done it without you.
I love it.
That was
love it.
awesome. Thank you, chat.
Boggs is quite impressed with your offering here.
Is it an actual burger or is it a taste burger?
It's paste burger. There's only so much you can do.
All right.
But I mean, it's like those Beyond Burgers, you know?
The impossible.
The
Oh,
Impossible
yeah.
Burger.
I was thinking the astronaut food. That's a lot better, I think. The freeze dry.
So,
Nice,
so
great.
what do you ask in exchange for this?
I want to know what's further into the prison, and not like how to get out so much. I want
Going deeper, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, I
You
know.
mean the box?
Hmm?
The box?
He
What's a box back?
here's the box.
Segregation. Do you mean the segregation, the box?
Oh, the boo box he's talking about.
Oh.
He's talking about the boo box.
You said deeper. Where do you want to go?
Well, I guess the box would be a good start.
What do you want to know?
Who's down there?
Those who need to be.
Say those who would be too dangerous to keep in Gen Pop, or those who had a high escape risk.
Exactly. No one goes to the box willingly.
Well, I need to figure out how to get there. And if you don't know, well, I'm
Why
hoping
would you
can-
choose to no mind to me? What do you say to get there? Do you mean to go and leave, or to go and stay? For the latter is much simpler.
Do you know how to go and leave?
There are rumors.
Are any of them true?
I've never tried.
Well, let's go on hypotheticals then.
In theory, if you timed it correctly, you could work your way through the corridors and into the box.
And how would I time that correctly?
You would need to time the drones.
And how would I find a way to do that?
This I do not know. It seems a fool's errand. I've never tried.
Well, lucky for you, I am a legitimate fool. Also, I like making lists of things.
There is a new resident on D. It may be of use.
Can you get us there? What's his name?
Cyco.
Cyco Mafia.
All right. That is a good start.
And I can keep this device.
It's yours.
Sweet.
But seems how your information is just hypothetical, I would consider payment not paid in full.
Ooh, very nice.
You have stones. I shall let you keep them. Payment has been given in full.
All right, then. I guess you'll have to trade me for the maintenance plans later on, then.
Nice.
Hopefully nothing happens to your nice new machine that people are going to come to rely on you for. Wait! Damn it, extended warranty. I didn't think about this. Oh.
Yeah, so he sends you over to, he tells you that over on C is this new inmate who's arrived. Cyco Mofield.
Cyco Mofield.
Who has, who in the other world, in his own reality, was an expert in escape, and in theory is someone who could help you maneuver your way into the box. I need a perception check during that conversation. Who was...
Notice?
Yes.
Notice will work?
Notice, I'm sorry, yes.
I would like
Good survival.
to...
From all of us or just him?
Anyone who was around for that conversation.
I feel like we were all
3,
7.
11.
Beat it by 8.
I beat mine by 7.
I got a 7 and I have 6 cents, so
I got a 10,
Do you know what it does?
But I'm going to use survival.
Do you know what 6 cents does?
Because survival
It's
you have
for
to
danger.
notice. So.
Yeah.
it just
So how much
says
should be
notice
about?
C
10 on
attributes.
12.
Yeah,
Beat
it's
by
just
you.
So I don't know what my number is.
Let me see.
If you...
That's very weird.
Oh, it's just how it's said. So I just,
just don't know what my
added in
number
danger
is.
just to give it something. Like have a danger sense of some sort.
Right, now that means she would get an extra... her notice score is just non-existent.
But I got a 7.
It must just be 6. So, you missed.
It must be 6? Okay.
Why must it be 6?
Because it's based on your mind score.
I don't know. Here,
For some reason, hers doesn't have
I'll
a
write
number.
6.
It just says see attributes.
you now
Which-
have a notice score. What's yours?
20, but
What's yours?
Mine's 18. Mine's really high, too.
Yours is a 16.
Alright.
Congrats.
I've beaten my notice score.
If you beat
I
it by
don't have a notice
If you
score.
were there and you beat it by 5 or more, during this conversation, you noticed that, that's why it's called that, 3 drones, that's what I wanted, 3 drones go passing by in formation.
okay.
They didn't stop, but one of them seemed to slow down. You have noticed in past, as you've been looking at the drones, that they have, you know how on your internet router, you'll have the blinking lights. Some of them will be blinking, some will be solid when you start it up.
Yeah.
You'll go through a cycle, colors will change, and all
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You've noticed until now that on all the drones, there are a series of lights, some of which are just red, and some of which are like a slow blinking green.
Okay.
This one that slowed down, and as it slowed, turned towards you, kind of lingered, and then caught up to the others. It's where it would normally be green, was slowly blinking yellow.
That seems important.
Yeah, it's transmitting information, that's for sure.
Oh, can I make a
You
computer's
notice
roll?
that? You can talk about it later on if you want.
Yeah.
Did you make your notice by 5?
I made it by 7.
Then you noticed as well.
Yeah.
Can I make a computer's roll to see if that means anything
Give
to
me a
me?
check. Yeah.
Other than just blinky light?
Absolutely.
Cool.
What did you just notice?
I'm gonna... There's
Yes.
only one. I don't know if I want to
We'll
use
tell you.
buff.
We'll figure it.
What are you guys looking
What if
at?
there's a fight? I could be in big trouble. Oh wait, I only did 10 damage now because they took away that. So, I'm gonna use my buff.
Go for it.
Use your buff.
Use your
I rolled 4.
Nice.
Nice roll.
So I beat my computers by 5.
Something is, well, I mean, to state the obvious, something's different about it. You don't know exactly what, but from what you have seen, it appears that the behavior of that drone did not make any logical sense. They are programmed to follow a set course, a set of behaviors.
AI.
You have never seen one hang back like that before.
So I
They
can't
always stay in formation.
But I noticed that already. With my computer score, can I make any deductive leaps that would get me to think that, say, that thing is being controlled directly?
Yeah.
You can at least consider it as a possibility. And you've had.
I could do that before as well.
It's true, but now you are actively considering it as a possibility, and it's something you're looking for down the road.
Question going off of that.
And you're probably telling the others to be mindful of this as well.
Oh no, fuck that.
Well, it's okay because I know Wyatt's telling the others.
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't make his computer roll.
The
So competitive.
He didn't roll one. That's what I'm saying.
Through time, and
I
I don't
don't
have, this
even have
doesn't
one.
have to so much do with what just happened, because we've been seeing the drones a lot. They always fly in threes.
Minimum of 3.
Minimum of 3. Does each drone in a pack tend to have a separate job, or are they all equipped the same way?
They all seem to be identical.
So
they will
one of them
fly
doesn't
in
attack,
formation.
one of them doesn't
If
observe.
they show
one
up
of
in
them
like a security situation and someone is doing whatever, one might take the lead on, tasing the person or
But they all have
otherwise,
tasing ability.
But they all have the same abilities.
So
You've not
every
seen
drone-
anything that make a drone seem unique.
Okay.
Except for that one right there.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
But only
And
maybe.
that was behavioral rather than...
Correct. And until now, the assumption that you've picked up and what you've heard through the grapevine is that they must go somewhere to charge. And that's probably when they go into their little vents.
I might be grasping at straws, but I just started to read Maddox's sheet, which starts with the words private security specialist.
Uh-huh.
Can Maddox determine anything about these drones from her private security specialist that would help with that computer's role to know if they were being...
Boy.
Well, I think if we found out everything we're going to find out from the
Okay.
computer's roll, since it got the same result
I
as the
think-
notice roll.
It didn't. I mean, I appreciate your whatever on that, but I mean, it didn't. And what I'm saying is, this is the first time you've noticed something.
Mm-hmm.
So wait for it. Be mindful for it.
Okay.
And the odds are good that, as often happens in life, when something
In
happens more
case
than
you
once,
need to do some
then you're
more
ready for
active
it.
thinking or computer skill checking or shanking.
Thank you,
#CrashBot.
Chet.
Thank you.
But I mean, bluntly, if and or when this were to occur again, you would clearly be more prepared to come up with something
Right.
off of that.
I wasn't sure if she noticed by
Yeah.
how the cameras were or something, if it was like, oh, that it is being controlled
It's as if
remotely.
experience will lend you a little insight.
Correct. And you definitely have that now. Like I mean, no one else has noticed anything like that. It's
Right.
just you guys. Or folk, if you prefer. So you finish off your conversation with Boggs,
Yep.
and I'm guessing you go back to your own, well, I don't know actually. Do you go, do you head over to, I believe it was C?
What did Boggs tell you to do?
He told you that there is a new person, Cyco.
In tier C.
Field.
Cyco.
What time of the day cycle is it?
Oh, good question.
Let's say it's the middle of the day, so there's another chance to move around if you want later on with the yard and all that stuff.
Great, we'll go do it today then.
Yeah.
We're going over to C? Can we?
Yeah.
We can? Okay.
You'll need help.
Right.
Like it's
I was gonna
it's
say,
a
it's
situation where you can make it through. You just kind of want to time it right for when the drones aren't paying attention.
Okay. Well, they just left. But they did. Have you guys told me yet?
Oh yeah.
You guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We filled you in. Don't worry.
Great.
Might be something worth asking around about as well.
I was gonna go to Pelage to see if she has ever noticed that.
Yep.
I mean, you've got time in between the two, like in this theoretical world that we're making up. You have time in between those two yard times to go back to your own tier and speak to Pelage. And if you
Or
want
are
to bring
you
it up,
trying to go right away?
Go
Oh no,
straight
no,
to
it's
tier
those
C.
good. No, we can go back to the unit tier fill thing.
That's the order. Good job.
Not paying attention.
Ooh, I like you. I also like you.
That's not why.
So yeah, you get back. The others are a couple of them are taking naps.
Who's awake?
Pelage is awake. And Brooks is awake at the table playing a solitaire game. Pelage is hanging off the ceiling. And Wiley and Boyd are taking some self-time together.
So they're just doing it right next to us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Good for them.
In their cell. It's got a door.
Oh.
No locks though, so don't get too close to the door. It'll just be like, sorry. Why did I tell Rosie that?
Yeah.
Is Rosie over there playing at the door?
I won't, but that's what Maggie would do.
No, it isn't.
No. You're right. I'm trying to make myself funnier than I am.
We all do that. We're all like, man, we should make Maggie funnier than she is.
From
Let's
the
talk
corner
blush.
in cold
So-
sun.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
Pelage is hanging off the ceiling.
I'm waving. I'm gonna wave at her. Tell her
She,
to come down.
one of her tentacles comes down like,
And be like, hey, come down here.
she like flops to the ground.
Yeah.
I'll be in my bunk.
Yeah, I want to ask her, I'm like, hey, I saw something weird today. One of the drones
It was an
had,
octopus person.
It was an octopus.
Who had more legs but was also missing legs. It's a very big thing.
One of the drones had a yellow light, and I had never noticed that before. Have you seen yellow lights on the drone? I'd give her a 2.
She kind of indicates on the layout of these drones, there's basically 3 series of lights, and she wants you to indicate which column. The first, second, or the third column.
This one.
I was gonna say,
Wait for that.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice what column.
Are you there?
Yeah.
He was the middle one.
Yeah. So,
He was
what,
right.
what he said. Yeah.
The middle one.
And then I tell her it was blinking.
She indicates, with her light stuff, the first.
In a very complex sign language.
Yes.
Where she holds up many different signs.
The first one is power. The second one has to do with its with its connection to Central Command, and the third one has to do with its payload.
With what?
Payload. So all the extra darts and what have you to incapacitate us.
And so the red light means that it's on, because that was the first light you were
The first
talking about
column
was
has
red.
to do with its power level. The
But
second
you were
column,
saying it was red.
Yeah, I mean whatever it's The second one has to do with its connection to
Yeah, central.
the hive mind, as it were, and the third one has to do with how its stockpile of stuff inside it is doing.
Have you ever seen a yellow blinking light on a drone?
Years ago.
When?
I mean,
What
time
was
in this place means minimal.
The year was 1906. It says with its tentacles.
Roosevelt was in office.
I'm so excited we live in a
She
time
would
where we get to
guesstimate
talk about living in the aughts.
I always
What was
called the
happening?
knots, the naughties.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so cute.
What was happening?
So she's been here so long that time has kind of lost its meaning. But
Right.
she would guess it was centuries ago, maybe even more.
But I'm saying, what was happening when you saw that yellow light? Do you remember what was happening, or do you just remember the light?
She remembers a drone, for lack of a better term, going rogue, and then being put down by the other drones.
Okay. Okay. That.
It started firing seemingly randomly at other drones, and then was destroyed.
Alright, so what we do is we find that one with the yellow blinky light. We start offering it snacks.
This is just Maggie talking. I could be way off base, but having known James and know that he had a hand in this, I don't think he would have given the power of chat compels you to chat just for funsies.
That's 100%
Really?
why he did that. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And we've used that one.
I'm I feel like I thought there was maybe a connection there, or you can break through. So therefore,
No, I've still
there's.
got
I think
fisherman.
Oh, that's right. The
So
fisherman.
it's just for funsies. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a way of, since we couldn't do any of the switches with the Metaverse. Or with
All right, fine. It's
Maddox.
cool. I was trying to make James really cool. It's fine. No big deal.
So
I thought maybe if
Hopefully
like,
he's not counting on you for that.
I know, but like maybe if like all four of us had a power project impels you at the same time, then maybe like something metaversey would happen, like a power thing. I don't know. It was an idea I had.
Well, no, it's not a bad idea at all. Like, it's got potential.
Someone could get a power for a hot second.
Also in the nature then of breaking that fourth wall for a moment.
Like, oh yeah, that's what you
This
did.
piece of the puzzle, with the drone thing, not James's.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So if you want to play against the GM, not against, but I mean like,
No, I
you know what I
know.
mean? Like when you kind of
But like, if you really want to metagame against him.
No, I know. I just in my head I was like, man, it just seems interesting.
Unless it's a different game, and then don't ever metagame.
You could the fact that we can like access their voices. I don't know. I was trying to read into it, but I don't need to. Okay, sorry, everyone.
speaking of which, Professor, you still around?
What?
No?
Okay.
Okay.
What do you need?
Well, I was just thinking, building some prison shanks and/or other options for us would not be the worst idea. I mean, hopefully we get through this without needing it, but I don't want to be the one barehanded in a shank fight.
It's true.
Oh. Right.
A karate kick every
I thought we
shake
were
at
all
every
done with the
hand.
murdering people thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's again not what I'm trying to do, but
Just in case.
just
in
the
case.
pragmatist in me is saying maybe goo knives is not a bad idea.
We got a big ceramic block of a bunny. We bang over someone's head. I mean,
That's
I
true.
would never.
That's
I
true.
thought that
There's
was
that.
just for shaking at
never
people and
heard.
saying crazy shit.
Well, that's just its ancillary use.
What did you notice when the drone with the yellow dots? Were the dots like green and then they turn yellow? Like, was that color always yellow? Was it always blinking?
When I was
So
looking
other
at
drones
it,
fly by at that moment, and you notice that their lights do not match that one that you were discussing earlier. It
slower
goes red, green, green.
Yeah,
Before you'd seen red, yellow, green.
yeah,
Which is why it stood out, because in addition to being different, it was a stoplight.
yeah.
So it went from green to yellow and blinking and lagging in flight formation.
Correct.
And it was
as
just
long
an
as,
instant switch.
As long as I saw it, it was just yellow. It was already yellow when I noticed it. I only noticed it because it was different.
Was different. Right. Well, because it was flying in on formation and then it broke formation. But that's what you noticed.
Right.
It
So
kind of broke
I can't tell you if it switched to yellow before it started lagging or what. As far as I experienced the whole time I saw it, it was yellow and blinking faster.
And we know that the last time this happened, someone had messed with a drone.
Yes, the last time it was a rogue drone, essentially, was what was going on. That went completely foobar and started shooting randomly at other drones. So, I mean, that would definitely be handy.
Or as we like to call it, being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when that one drone was all
was
awesome?
That was awesome.
Man, I love when drones are awesome.
I don't know if it's possible. The first light is the power light, and I would assume that red on the power light means it's low power. Now, I have nothing to base this assumption upon.
Based on what you've
yeah,
seen
you
thus
do.
far, you would assume that the red means basically that it has power.
Yeah,
It
that's
has
just
power,
like an on.
but it's not like it's not a green for
full
full
You've
power.
never seen the bar drop below, or you've never seen it other than red.
Other than red. Okay,
So
I was
on
hoping.
switch is red button.
Right, on switch is red. Okay, then never mind.
That's what I
when we
was
could
wondering.
distract it so it powered down. We had
Nope,
it.
good theory.
And then, well, okay. So we've talked to her. I think we need to go to Tier C, which means we probably have to wait until the next yard time so we have access.
There'll be one that evening.
Right, so we have to wait till the next yard time so we can go out so that we can sneak into Tier C. Now we know we can't sneak into Tier C easily. We need help. So
Luckily, we are in a position where we have plenty of opportunities to wait.
yes. Here's my question though: are all four of us going to go to Tier C?
I would say yes.
Okay, great. So, whoa, that's really close on my face. Oh, you should take it off of my face.
No, your face is so pretty.
So all 4 of us are gonna go then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how this would work.
Yeah.
During yard time, going to see, I mean, I want to say Boggs because he's 7 foot, so he's big. But I have the shape-shifting ability.
Because of boosted.
So I can change into someone who belongs in Unit C. Boggs doesn't, I don't know who belongs in
Tier C.
Tier C, that I've seen. Wiley has her prison number starts with a C, but she's in B unit, so that is not cohesive. But I wanted to say Boggs because if he's 7 foot, then you guys could maybe like Muppet Man it into my jumpsuit, and I could take us all there. If that makes sense. Do we get that reference?
I love the thought of Muppet Manning because that's always a wonderful thing.
Okay, great.
I would suggest that going as one of the most high-profile characters without an entourage would just draw more attention to us.
And not the normal entourage either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was going to
who is
somewhere
in-
that's outside of his normal area, you'd think he would be rolling deep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we should just try and stealth our way in there to meet up with this dude to figure out what he knows about us getting into the box or getting out of here.
Oh shit.
What?
Sorry, Thing just had a great chat idea, which is can Maddox shape change into
Which
a
was
drone?
my other idea.
No?
Because
Okay.
I can't fly. Yeah.
She can't
All
fly.
right.
I mean,
That was a great
she
idea.
can absolutely.
It was-
The way it's written to me, it wouldn't make sense to do it anyway. But even if you could, you'd have that issue of can't fly because it says appearance only.
Right, okay, great.
So.
No, that's great. That was a good idea though.
Yeah.
Solid.
We haven't been
But you
able
can take
to-
her and then hold her up here. Pretend no one's there.
We do have a
I'll get the semi-transparent guy
Yeah,
to hold her.
semi-transparent.
No, it's really a drone. She's really a drone. Everybody, shh, don't tell. Don't tell.
And the gills can maybe do the sound that the drum makes all night.
What would happen if have we seen anyone in the C unit? We
No, you've
haven't
never
been
gone to
able
sea before. No, you've never left.
We've never
me.
tried.
But I'm just saying, I can only shapeshift into something I've seen before.
Right.
That's why I bring that up. We could easily go into C unit if I look like someone who belonged there.
But we could easily also go into the yard, find who's going to help us or someone from C unit, and maybe I talk to them while you shapeshift into them walking away and go into C unit.
And there's no
I mean
jobs.
C tier.
No, not really. No.
So I would like to just converse with our other cellmates.
Yeah,
here.
sure.
And,
The
and
other
just
cheers,
do y'all have any advice? We just want to get over to C unit.
So I'm gonna pause for one quick second. So Chad, they're trying to get to the hack attack guy
Yeah, that's
who's
what
in
we're trying to
C.
do.
Yes.
So just to make sure you're on the same page, like that's the issue they're dealing with. I've just seen some questions about stuff. I wanted to make sure we're all on the same page there. Yes. So you want to talk to the other people in the tier?
Mhm.
What do you want to talk to them about?
Just if they have any tips that they can share.
Get into C.
I mean, it's doable. It's not like the worst thing on earth. It's basically a matter of during the way to get to one of the other units is to do it during yard time, and basically just duck out back to the hallway and around a corner when the drones aren't.
Is
right
it a
there.
long? Is it a long trip?
To get to B to C, it's really quick, relatively speaking.
Okay, so quick enough where we can easily make a drone rotation.
Yeah, you can pull it off. Yeah, I mean it's you'll have to do a couple rolls, but it's totally doable. Yeah.
Covert ops?
Yes.
Does Boyd or Wiley or Brooks or Blodgett know anyone in C unit?
I mean,
Any friends?
They've been in B the whole time.
Well, but yeah, you
But
said
they've
that
gone
we
out there a
share
couple
the
times.
yard time, so
Yeah.
they've met people in other units, right?
Yeah, this is a guy. The hell with it. There's a guy in C called Clippy.
Clippy?
Yep.
Well done, Chris. I'm
Clippy.
proud of you.
It's their own damn fault for
I
bringing it up
know.
so much.
I know. They won't stop talking about Clippy.
I know. So there's a skinny
There's
guy.
sex puns and
really,
it's all happening
really
in this
skinny
chat.
guy on C named Clippy. He's very helpful. But less helpful than he thinks, but still.
Yeah.
Is he human? What's he look like?
He's got very
Go
silvery
all
skin.
in. All in. Just go all
Silvery
in, Chris.
skin,
You're
big
just doing
ass
it, huh?
eyes.
Just gonna do it.
I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't matter.
Nothing matters.
There you go. That's
Silver
the spirit.
Silver
None of it
skin-
matters.
Silver skin and big ass eyes.
Yeah, silver
Like
skin,
like
big
a
ass
fish.
eyes.
Like another fish.
Yeah, he's like a fish.
Does he have gills?
No. But
Does he shed his scales
No.
when he's stressed? What am I can't
The
read
unit
because the
paper
camera's
clip.
away.
I see you're working on an escape plan. That's what things
I
said.
see you're working on an escape plan. They've been talking about Clippy all night long from the Microsoft Word thing.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Clippy,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
There's been like
that's
15
hilarious.
references to friggin' Clippy in chat, and I just couldn't get it out of my head. So when you asked, I'm like,
That's his name.
you know what?
I
Anywho,
get it now.
He's not a walking paperclip.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But no, it's
But
a
if
guy
he
named
was-
Clippy, skinny, big eyes, very helpful.
Silver.
Oh, James
Yeah.
wants us to stay on task, damn it.
You're not here.
I'm trying.
Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna shapeshift.
Clippy does have a bit of
I think you
a
can
base
though. I
belly,
mean,
though.
in the
Why?
yard. Well, in the yard, we can easily meet someone from tier C. We just have to ask them what tier they're in.
Right, but how does that help you guys?
Yard won't have people from C. If you want to get into it, the really easy way to do it is just to, then you want to meet this guy. I get that. So tonight, yard time. All you need to do is just say, "I'd like to try to get into C tonight when we go to yard time."
We make
say that.
We make covert ops.
We would like to do
chats.
that.
Okay.
Awesome.
go.
That's what
Yeah.
you're gonna do. So you're trying to
Unless
get
you
into
don't
C.
want to.
No, I do.
Cool.
I have the whole time.
Sweet. Then that's what you shall do.
We were just trying to come up with a detailed plan on how we were gonna do
Right.
it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
no,
we
I-
like to be
needed to.
organized.
Okay. We'll take
No,
over a drone and disguise ourselves and then sneak out of the yard into
No,
sea.
but
No.
you wanna get over there and meet this Michael dude, right?
Right, that's what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Or Cyco dude.
Yes.
So I mean, that's the
Cyco,
whole
of course.
point of getting over there is to
Yes.
find this guy. So that night, I'm just also mindful of time, so I want to
Night.
that evening, during the yard time, you exit your cell and you start heading down. You exit your tier to start heading down towards the common room, towards the yard, and as you were going that way, Boyd has given you a small device, loaned it to you.
That's probably all he had available.
Which will allow you to temporarily open the access hatchway, the hallway, that will take you towards C.
Excellent.
How the hell did he have that and not use it before?
He's good at
He
smuggling
doesn't
tech.
have a lot of need to go over to C
That's
much.
good.
Like it's
Right.
not,
Because he
he's-
doesn't know.
And
these
we're both
things.
good at
why
Jimmy
bother?
indoors.
Like,
Yeah.
So as you're walking down, the four of you, I need a covert ops check, or whatever you'd like to use.
My stealth and
Stealth
stuff.
is great. What do we have over there for Maddox and for Rosie?
I have no stealth.
I'm using survival on
Survival works for
everything.
me.
Survival.
All
Sure,
right.
why not?
Yeah.
Beat it by 3.
Perfect.
Oops.
Beat it by 9.
If I
Beat
do
it by
beat
1.
I was gonna say I was
Perfect.
doing the Mission Impossible
Beat it by
theme song
9.
behind
By
me.
9?
Yeah.
Dear, wow, woman. Okay, well played. So you are heading down. Boyd and Wiley offered to help you out with this piece of the puzzle. The 6 of you are going down towards the room. Some of the drones coming along. As you're walking down, Boyd starts coughing like he's gonna lose a lung, like he just starts retching over, but still stumbling forward.
Is he coming with us to see? Is that what you're
No.
talking about?
Well, he kind of. So
He's just helping us get through.
Okay.
Boyd and Wiley continue moving forward as this is going on, and stumble into the yard for B.
The yard, if
Okay.
you will.
As they walk in, Wiley has a large collection of paste and flings it as she gets into the room, just at a random person on the other side. You follow me so far, ish?
We're in the yard.
Yep.
Wiley flung
You're
paste.
right outside of it. She flings paste paste hits person. Person looks around for where that happened. Person assumes it's the person next to them. Person starts getting into it with...
Did she just start a Three Stooges pie fight with paste?
Yes. Chaos starts erupting in the yard. The drones that were with you pull forward into the yard. That is your moment to go use that little device, pop into the side hallway, and start moving towards C.
I combat roll.
Which you do. And you combat roll. And
Just
it's
once.
Beautiful.
I like it.
Well, you made it by 1, didn't you? So you get 1 roll out of it.
Yeah.
Imagine if you'd beaten it by 12.
I could have just gone.
You make your way down to the entrance to the C yard. You walk in.
The yard.
Yard. Are you gonna do the Swedish one now? The yard.
Oh yeah, you're Norwegian.
We just left the yard.
And as you walk in, you see a very similar room, different assortment of people and aliens. But you had been given a description of one Cyco Mofield. Looks like a regular dude with a mullet.
Out of all the things,
Wow, he would never wear a mullet. Is
Mullet
all I'm
struck.
throwing out there.
Oh,
That
I
handsome
don't-
man.
Got a mullet. Yeah, I did it. It happened.
Oh,
is it
Hello.
a curly mullet? Or
We
a
are
straight-
looking for the Cycle Mofield.
It's like a hockey playoff game mullet.
Oh, nice and curly.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That's like what my
We have
father
come all
said.
the way to Card to find the Cycle Mofield.
Traveled afield from yard.
So you approach him and you
Indeed,
just start
it
talking
is
to him
a
about
sweet mullet.
it. So how do you approach this guy? What do you
With a
say?
Swedish accent.
That's great.
I think we've
That'll
already
help.
cleared
I think
that up.
we've served
Give me a persuasion check
And some Swedish
or something
walking.
similar.
Yeah, Swedish walking as well.
Let's see. What social skills do I have?
I think you have socially awkward as a disadvantage.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
I have a side question that Jessica's
I'm from
asking.
B Yard myself, but I've always preferred the C.
Is there really Clippy? Is Clippy really a person in C unit?
There's a guy named Clippy in C.
Okay, so that person's really there.
And he's
Yeah.
very simple.
Ah!
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
He stayed in his tier today, though. He didn't show up.
Got it.
He had some paperwork to take care of.
So I mentioned it's a soul roll, so I missed it by 8.
Awesome. Is anyone helping him out in this conversation with Cyco?
Forgive our friend. He
Bork, bork, bork!
he received a blow to the head recently. We haven't been able to get him to lose the accent.
Give me a streetwise roll with a +4 bonus for having served time before.
Yes. I
That's a
beat that
critical.
by
That's
lot.
a critical success.
Yeah.
What did you beat it by?
15.
Did you roll double ones?
No, he
No.
rolled a
one
4 and a
before.
1, but he said a +4, making
Yep.
it a 1, making
Yeah.
it a critical success.
So, beating it by 15, even with this, the two of you.
So good.
You
is all me.
You
That's
actually,
Wonder
you
Twin
actually
powers
are
activate.
able to have a good conversation
Shape of water.
with Cyco. In conversation with Cyco, you learn that Cyco does happen to have a rather useful ability, which has allowed him in the past to escape from many a prison.
And what is that useful ability?
That useful ability, which has not been turned off, is that he has basically farsight. Like, he is able to see at a distance what rooms and the layouts of places look like. So, like, sitting in my space right here in this room, he would know where the other rooms on this floor are, what their dimensions are, how they are connected to each other. Below us, he's able to, it takes him a moment to do it, but it's almost like a form of wall piercing. It's kind of like a sonar kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he's able to just kind of sense where all of that is.
Ultra
And so he's
vision,
used
if you
that
would.
many a time.
If
to
we
break
cut
out.
off the top of his head, can we steal his powers?
No, but he would die and you would get tranquilized.
I was just hoping maybe we could go Siler on this guy.
But it is like ultra vision,
Uh-huh.
like Titan ultra vision.
Yeah, which I also don't have.
Right, but I'm just
Can
saying.
you ask him if there is a front door?
No, there isn't one.
There
So
isn't
are-
one.
I knew it!
So are each tier the exact same layout?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any medical facilities or areas where they service the drones? Anything outside of the common areas?
There are several dark areas that show up that he's never seen movement in, or movement
Toward the
sporadic.
central hub.
What about the box?
Very sporadic. And he can't, and also just for full disclosure, he can't do it infinitely. Like there's a limit as how far
Right.
he can see.
Right.
He can see part of the box from where he
Nice. So the prison skirt's hiked up just a little too much?
It's late. I'm gonna blame that. I'm sorry.
You can see part of the box, but like, are people just sitting in there? Is it different cells? Is it
Some of the cell, they're all one individual per cell.
great?
And it's solitary. There's no
Okay.
there's no common room, no common yard, anything like that. It's it's a hallway and just individuals in their cells without
Okay.
any ability to interact with anyone else.
Okay.
Is it like one box per unit?
No, there's just one.
That's the only way it fits, right?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
We're
well
in a
played.
different.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, 15 minutes, guys. We can pull this out.
Yes, pull the unit out of the box immediately.
We can pull this off. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, so
That way you can fit more than one.
yes, there is only one entire. There's only one
Box.
segregation area for the entire facility. It has-
The entire.
Yes, it's the equivalent. Think of it as there's general population. There is the segregation area. There is also death row, which you'd heard rumors about before, and I forgot to tell you.
We've heard about death row.
But he's seen it.
Well, and so
Luckily, it
there's
might just
death
mean
row.
death row.
And then after death row just comes the end.
But the black spaces where there's no movement.
Mm-hmm.
He.
He'd
can
almost describe them
identif-
as corridors.
Okay.
They seem superfluous.
So where did the drones
Yes,
Didn't
end?
do that on purpose. Didn't do that on purpose.
The drones end in the black rooms? Did he notice where
Sometimes
the
they
drones
go through
end?
those rooms. Some of the corridors are the units that not units, but the hallways that the drones go through.
Uh-huh. And they're just constantly going. He doesn't see where they stop movement?
They just keep moving. There seems to be every once in a while when he's been in certain parts of the C unit, he's been able to see. Why? It's not even funny. Like it's just that I'm.
I don't know.
thinking about it.
I just like that you keep talking about the C unit, and I keep wanting to hear more about the D unit for no particular reason at all.
Oh, this is why I stopped jamming.
No, it isn't.
In certain places in his cell, in the hallways, whatever, he gets different. He can see different sections of the whole complex of Meta N, and at certain areas, he has been able to tell that there is. What do I want to say? Because you just asked this question. He has been able to see some areas where it seems that the drones go to charge, for lack of a better term.
And those are in those blank
Correct.
corridor. Okay.
Correct.
And there's lots of those?
Certain banks for each one of the. I'm not going to watch chat anymore.
You really shouldn't.
No, I'm out. Certain. There seems to be certain areas for at least each one of the units. Possibly, some of the units share a power charging area.
Okay. So there's lots.
There's at least enough to keep everything still going.
Did he ever meet Zenda?
No,
He's new, isn't he? A new.
this guy's new. Yeah,
This guy's new.
Yeah, but I mean, in this place, new.
He's never been
new
here
is,
before.
New
Yeah.
is relevant,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, he's never been here before, so he doesn't know anything about it.
Does he have any idea why his ability still works here?
No.
Okay.
It could
But,
just be.
but he does offer.
Is he a
to-
pilot?
No, he's not a pilot.
Just a guy who has sonar power.
So it could
Yep.
be part of a species.
Yeah, that wouldn't take. That's like sight.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You know, pull out somebody's eyes. Rude.
True. Very rude. Especially on a first date.
I will pull out your eyes. I mean-
he does offer, and in the course of conversation, it comes up some of the stuff that you all have done. For example, your magical food creation, etc. He does offer to sketch out for you much of what he has been able to see.
Hells
What does he
yeah.
want?
He wants you to give him something that will make the food better.
That was kind of a one-time deal, but I can get you in good with the guy who gets the food.
He'll take it.
Say 3 meals a week.
He'll take it. He's been here long enough already to be sick of the paste.
All right.
I'll take that drawing, please.
Yeah.
He'd actually been doing some sketching on it of his own just to entertain himself. So he pretty much just makes a copy for himself. Tracing. It's faster that way. Gives it to you.
I mean, it looks like it's a pretty good picture, but I
take
mean,
that.
what if he's not? What if it's not? Like, what if he's just a terrible artist and this is nothing like what the map is?
So he rooms with Clippy. He's pretty good.
It's just copy paste.
I took the map and I put it in my bra.
Cool. Then you head back to your tier.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
But we might be back.
Okay.
Cyco Mofield.
Or if you ever want to stop by B Unit so we don't have to set up another fight, that would be handy too.
Unit.
Living large in D Unit.
So you get back that night, you're in your tier, you eat, things are good. Do you say any of this stuff that you've discovered, do you mention any of it to the others?
Do we trust the others?
I mean, Wiley and
I mean, they've let us do
helped
some really stupid stuff without saying anything ahead of time. Maybe we'll keep this one under our hats until we're ready to use them as part of the plan.
I don't think we tell them about the map. I think we can say that, you know,
There's a guy who does this.
Yeah, thanks. We were.
Yeah.
we
thanks,
got
we
in.
were able to.
Tell them about the guy with
you
the
know-
abilities. Yeah, that's fine.
And I'll just make sure to metagame here a little bit. Tell me not to say anything, otherwise I will.
Yeah.
A whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crash, don't mention anything.
Hey, Crash.
Hey,
buddy.
there's this guy
Buddy.
in C who can do this thing.
So
Boggs, if you met this guy, you should kidnap him. Like,
that's one that's just for the 4 of us, not for Sherry shares.
Okay, secret.
Secret.
On the same time, at the same hand, like,
From Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
are you able to talk to Bog and get this guy 3 decent meals a week?
Yeah, because otherwise
Or-
I won't fix his stuff, which he thinks only I can do right now.
That is
Right,
true.
but
Boggs.
we gotta hold up that end of the deal.
Boggs buys it hook, line, and sinker.
Got it. Good.
Yeah,
And I can fix it.
you can.
I know you can.
I can fix most anything.
I know you can.
Sometimes.
Well, and yeah, I'd be shocked if Boggs wasn't buying it. He just saw him literally magic
Yeah.
box it.
Sure. So
We're gonna be okay, everybody. The metaverse worked here.
So the ultimate plan, I
Right.
take it, is to get into segregation and to find to go to the box and to find. You assume Zenda is there. Is that correct?
Well, we're hope. I mean, that seems the most likely place for him.
Wait, I thought you
No,
said
it's-
Zenda
we know he's-
escaped.
No.
Yes, but he got caught.
Yeah.
A quote unquote.
He got caught with me.
A quote unquote Z, sometimes referred to as prisoner Z, has been referred to as
Zelda.
Zach. Person that Lodge keeps calling Zelda.
He
And,
escaped a long time ago.
Is referred to as Mac?
No, is back. He is back in the facility.
You had a moment there.
I had a moment there. Okay. So he tried to escape but got caught, so he is stuck in quarantine.
Well, he escaped totally, hooked up with us, went to a metaverse with us,
I was
and
gonna
then
say I don't know who this person
yeah.
is.
So he hooked up with us, went to a metaverse with us, and then he and Crash went off and did a thing near the end there, and he got recaptured. No.
He betrayed us.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He betrayed us and worked for Tom.
Yeah, like out of character, I don't remember if Maddox has ever actually met
I
Zenda.
don't. I haven't.
He's
But they,
never
would,
had
but,
to
they,
meet
but
Zenda.
they would have
Very-
told you about Zenda and that he was basically a criminal
Okay.
who had spent time in Meta End, who claimed to have escaped at some point. And you've picked up that somehow he seems to be back in. I apologize, I didn't even think about the fact
No,
that,
that's
that
okay.
Jess had not, that Maddox
That's
had
okay.
not met him.
He is a huge ass.
He's a
Okay.
he's a character that James played a few times on the show.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
and he's been kind of creepy, frankly.
Okay.
The character, not James.
Well, he's got 3 dudes. He's got 3 dudes living inside his head.
Yeah. And a robot arm.
Because Chat
Yeah.
kind of hacked him out of his, and he got basically hacked out of his body while he was in an avatar. So the avatar's personality
He's a
is
pretty messed up
also,
character.
and then there's another avatar that's also in there from before. So he's got 3 dudes living in one dude's head, man.
It's a lot of dudes.
Just a lot of dudes.
Disguised as
I'm
a
just
dude.
one.
Two jacks and a jackass, as I like to say.
So, that night, you've told the others in the group about the guy who has this ability. Is my understanding, right?
I thought we
Very
weren't
sure.
telling them.
We didn't
No,
tell
I think
them
I
that
think
We
we told
specifically said we weren't telling
we saw
them.
the person we wanted to see.
Oh, okay.
Everything
Yes.
went well. If
Great.
there's any good information, we'll hook you up.
Thanks, we really appreciate you doing
Yep.
us the
Sounds good.
solid. And
Here's
helping
my
us get
pace.
through.
We don't have any secrets.
I'll give them half my paste so that they can have extra.
So,
Do it.
the next morning, do you decide to head out to the yard, or do you all decide to hang back in the common room? What do you do?
I think we should play it cool for a day or two,
Okay.
and start doing more pattern recognition with the drone movements.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you actually, that is exactly what you do.
Do the others ever go to the yard so it's just us in the room?
They do sometimes. In
Good,
fact,
because then we can lay out the drawing.
I was just gonna say that. So the next day, the other four decide to go to the yard together, and you are
Covered
in the
my
common room,
chest sweat.
looking at your map and kind of doing your plotting and thinking about all this stuff.
Do the drones always go one direction?
They go in different directions, go back and forth.
They are not one direction.
They go both ways.
They go both ways.
The
Keep going.
the drones, 3 of them, again, come into the room.
Can we hear the whirring?
Oh yeah, you hear them coming
Okay,
off.
so
Yeah.
when they
We
come
put
in,
the map away.
I roll it up,
Yeah.
shove it back in my bra.
So the 3 drones come into the room at one point and are just kind of buzzing around. They do that periodically. You never know exactly. Well, you're starting to get a timing of when they come. It's not on the dot, but there's clearly some patterns to it. And or actually, 4 drones come in
4. We're up
on
to
this
4.
on this swap, and they start buzzing around it all. Give me a notice check.
Yes. Sorry, I'm good at those ones.
Beat it by 3.
Beat it by 8.
We
Oh
can give
my
you a
Beat it
notice
by
check.
11.
I was gonna say, is my notice, could it be mined? Because I actually beat it that time.
Sure.
Oh,
I rolled
damn.
a 3.
Oh, if you beat
Yeah.
it by 5 or more,
God dang it. That's
Good.
impossible.
Okay.
how much did you beat it by?
Well, if I don't have notice, so I was using mind, and my mind is a 4.
How much did you beat it by though?
1.
Because you rolled a 3, which is still incredible.
Well, and you all have been talking about this a lot, so you don't notice it at first. The others, what you notice actually is the other 3 noticing something.
Got it.
But you foreknotice that as they come in formation, you look at the lights as you become accustomed to start
Yeah.
doing now, and you notice that 3 of them are kind of bleeding. 1 has pulled back a little bit, and the one behind has that same slightly different blinking situation going.
Yeah.
And the 4 of them are just kind of hovering there, looking at you for a moment.
Uh-huh.
You do anything at all?
All 4 of them are hovering?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wave and smile. Oh, come on! I'm being friendly!
The one in the back pivots towards one of the other drones and fires an electrical bolt straight at it.
Excellent.
The
Oh,
other
at
drone.
the other drone?
Yeah.
The
That
homie
drone
drone.
that just got hit overloads, starts, smoke comes,
Yeah.
flying out the side, and it comes crashing to the ground.
Oh.
As soon as that happens, the other 2 start to turn, and that same one in the back fires off at the other 2,
Yep.
drops both of them.
Okay.
Then the drone is just kind of hovering there looking at you all, slides over to one of the walls, and a portion of the wall that has never done anything before ripples open,
Uh-huh.
and a little voice in the drone just says,
This way?
quickly, I don't know how long, quickly.
Thomas, go. It's Thomas, go.
I pick up a couple of the broken drones on
Yep,
the way.
yep.
I can use
Together.
those for parts and weapons.
Yeah.
Yes, I take my button.
Plus, I can have little tranquilizer darts to throw at people.
So you grab those, you run in, the thing closes behind you,
Yep.
and we wipe.
I like it.
Throat punch with
I
knockout
will tell you
darts.
this much though. You get into the hallway. I'll tell you a little bit more. And it's human-sized. Like it's like a regular doorway,
Okay.
like any other hallway you've been walking through. This one is dusty, as if no one has used it in centuries.
Yeah.
And as your eyes adjust to the dark, blindside dark vision, you can tell that there are clear signs of. You can see off in the distance what looks to be, if you didn't know better, like a receptionist station, like a guard station, something like that.
And it's empty?
Everything's empty.
Okay.
Neat.
You see what looks to be, compared to all the sleekness everywhere else, older tech. You've been around enough tech by now that you know how, like, if you were to, even if you
Like
don't know
an
computers
iMac?
today,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you know, you look
Dinosaur
around and you're like,
eggs?
oh well, that's clearly from the 70s or something. When
Yeah.
you see something like, you look at this, you're like,
That's clearly from the
Yeah.
3500s.
exactly.
Because we've been to space.
And no footprints on the ground or anything like that. Just nothing but that. And that's where we went.
I like it.
Lovely.
Good job, you all.
Yeah.
No one died. No combat.
Oh, what?
That's crazy. That
I know.
never happened.
I'm so impressed.
Consider how action movie the last 4 or 5 episodes of the show
Oh
have been.
God, no kidding.
I legitimately had half a dozen different fight combat or scenarios that might break out, but it was all based on what you did or didn't do.
I like it.
And so I'm like, yeah, if they do it, they do it. If they don't do it, they don't do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah. Hopefully we will eventually get out of prison.
I think you're on a very
I
good track to do
really
so.
wanted to take out someone's kneecaps with the paste Olympic bar.
Oh, you've got
that
so,
was there.
You
I
have
was-
so many more opportunities to do
Good!
this. We have 2 more episodes, and there's no way we're going to get through 3 of them without something happening.
Oh yeah.
Or is that a challenge?
Well, I mean, I guess things did happen, but
Yeah, plenty of things
technically,
happen.
I guess it could be considered a challenge. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Good job, y'all. Do you have any
If I
questions?
don't
Anything?
fight.
Does chat have any questions, concerns, hopes, fears, dreams?
I have a fear. I fear that Rhodes is going to be pissed that we used metaverse abilities inside of his prison.
Yeah.
Like we're not supposed to be able to do that, but we did have that little hack attack thing. We can't do. We can't control that.
We haven't seen the end of Mofield, by the way. You hacked him in Mofield's.
Who?
Mofield.
He might come back.
Shaiko
Mofield?
Mofield?
He
Just
might.
saying.
What were they saying?
Oh, that he didn't get to come with us. But
Oh,
well, you
yeah.
know, like don't look. Don't worry.
He knows where we are.
Huh?
He can see.
I'm like, you know, might not be the end.
He sees
We're
where
gonna
we are.
pretend pregnant Clippy didn't happen.
There's a pregnant Clippy.
All right, so yeah, I guess we're done now. So we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I mean, if no one in chat is asking any questions about, Pax wants to who first told Crash about Metaverse laws. Have we seen the end of Clippy? Yeah, you've seen the end of Clippy.
The answer is Rhodes.
Anything else? That sounds good to me. Hey, everyone, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah,
That was
don't forget to
Masters
check
of the
us out.
Metaverse.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, same time, same Twitch channel. Check us out on all of the social media stuff.
And don't forget to check out Zoe Game Nights on
Yep.
Thursday evenings, and of course Table Takes on Friday mornings,
Yes.
presented by Gen Con on their channel and hosted here.
Sounds great. Y'all have a good night, and we will see you next week. Take care, and bye. Go to Discord. Do stuff.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse, they travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice, bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.